Wild mortals and the gods, I'm Yeah! Welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions. We've got a great show today. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the Avata. That's hot. Hot topic lately. Hold on, I gotta turn down my headphones. There we go. It's driving me crazy. So, we got a bunch of people coming in that are in the chat. So, let's do a few jokes, shall we, before I bring in our guest. Alrighty. What do you call two monkeys who share an Amazon account? Primate. I told my wife she needs to start embracing her mistakes. So she hugged me. Where do bad rainbows go? Prism. It's just a light sentence. What's the best spoken language in the world? Sign language. What's the most lonely billionaire? Elon Musk. I asked 10 people what LGBTQ stands for. I couldn't get a straight answer. What's the scariest tree? Bamboo. What's an arsonist's favorite holiday? The 4th of July because of fireworks. What do you call a coupon using vampire? A sucker for deals. People are shocked when they find out I'm a bad electrician. Why do stand-up comedians perform poorly in Hawaii? Because the audience only responds in aloha. I once got fired from a canned factory juice. Apparently, I couldn't concentrate. Where do you find a cow with no legs? Where you left it. All right, let's enough of this silliness. Let's bring in some of our panelists for tonight's show. Hey, before I do that, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We have Steve W. Knowles. We have Warren Akira Show. Alan, Drone Views Media. Don, Mudball Creative. Lens Capture Online. Susan Lee. Johnny DRC. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. And Brian B. Matt's Aerial Visuals. Bill Hooper, Outdoors. Hey, Bill, good to see you. And Matt's Air. Matt's Air. 420, good to see you. Good to have you in the chat. USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe America. Twin Dynasty, #1. Good to see you, Bill. And then we have Lee, Yellow Rose Drones. Jerry Bauer, all the way from the land up north. Yes. So I think that is about it. Oh, Silas Seeger. Not to be confused with Silas Marner. Hey, did anybody read that in high school or junior high? I don't know. I think I did. But hey, let's get the show on the road. Speaking of down under, let's welcome my friend Dominic. Hello.
Good evening to everybody else, but good morning. That time difference always gets me.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I could do impersonation of you. And all I have to do is, hello, good morning from the down under. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Ross.
Let's welcome all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's starting to cool off. So let's welcome Tom, aka Lens Capture. Welcome, Tom.
Hello,
Welcome,
Art. I do have to say you're so complimentary, especially when it comes to Dominic there. Okay.
I enjoyed the roast.
Only 96 degrees right now.
Wow.
So
That's
this
a
week
cool
will
way
be in the
for
mid
it.
90s. Yeah, as long as it doesn't go into triple digits, I'd say we're cooling down. Okay. So
Oh, wonderful. Hey, let's keep this going all the way from somewhere on the road on his way to Port St. Lucie, Florida. It is Bill Ronayne, Uncle Bill.
Uncle
Welcome,
Bill,
welcome, Bill.
what a view this is.
In his
Hey,
cabin.
hey, how you doing there? I don't think I have to hold my nose, and I think that's kind of rude of you to say. Yeah, I'm going to do an imitation of Art.
Hey, B-Mac, Brian, thank
B-Mac,
you very much for
B-Mac
that
comes
super
through.
sticker.
Nothing appropriate about
Awesome,
the
thank
show.
you. We need a train for that.
There comes the train.
Yeah, let's keep those super chats going, man. Because that's what helps pay for the toffee that I sell, which I'm going to be selling a little later. And you know what? I've been tardy. I haven't been giving away stickers lately. So this week we are going to give away stickers. And also, 2 weeks from today, I'm giving away a Spectrum DX6 RC controller. It's
Okay.
great for anybody who flies airplanes, helicopters, and sailplanes. So if you check out the video that I did on this, it has a link to the website that gives you all the specifications. So the big topic today is, for some reason, these Avatas are falling out of the sky and landing in the oceans and places. So from what it sounds like there is an issue with the controller they're using. They're not using the motion controller, and sounds like they're trying to fly it like an FPV drone. You know, you just can't do a hard turn on a Cinewoop because it'll just knock it out of the sky. What say you, Tom?
Well, first off, there's a lot of background noise. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm getting blasted in my ear.
Oh, it could be Mr. Bill.
Oh, is that you, Bill? I guess what's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it could be Dominic. He's
The
probably in that
look,
club.
the Avata's not made to fly at 300 feet above ground. Okay, so when you make that errant turn and it falls out of the sky, you're going to have damage. Now, if you're 2 or 3 feet off the ground and she takes a spill, you're either going to go in turtle mode and upright her and take off again, or you're going to go pick her up. But the likelihood of damage is little to none. So I think it's really people not understanding how to fly this bird and not understanding that it's purpose built. This is a Cinewoop. This is for that low, fast, hitting those gaps. Not really to get the bird's eye view from 300-400 feet up. Okay? And remember that it's a pusher drone.
Yeah,
okay?
That's true.
It does better down low. But when you're up there and you hit any kind of bad air, any kind of turbulence, rough air up there, and you try to go sideways, what are you pushing against at that point? Okay, so you gotta learn how to fly this, and you gotta learn what it's built for, and that makes a big difference right there. Now, as far as batteries getting ejected, stuff like that, I find this the hardest damn battery to get out. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm having trouble with that. Although I have gotten error messages about battery connect issues. I just you really have to seat that plug. I would like something to go into the gap, so to speak, and I'll illustrate it here. I've had mine these pieces right now covered in vinyl, just to give it, to add to it a little. But if something sits in here, I mean, this is a good, I would say almost quarter-inch depth. Maybe not a quarter-inch, maybe maybe a little less than that. But something to sit in there that would prevent the battery from coming out, I think, would make a difference. I don't like the straps going around the back of the battery and connecting to the frame, because this module right here is very important. Okay, that's your GPS, that's your IMU, that's your compass. So something pushing that out of the way, or maybe crimping the cabling going to it, to me is an issue. And then if you remove this battery, again, this is why I have a hard time figuring out why people are losing their batteries. Some people are putting a connection around this post here, this, if you can see it, that post right there. I would not do that. That's basically a conduit for the cabling to those controls from the ESC below. So I wouldn't want to wrap anything around there and subject that to any kind of torquing or anything while you're flying. Or if you do hit something where it actually just pulls that right out. So I want to see something that sits inside. There's a gap. There's a depression in this battery where this yellow is from the outer frame. So if you have something that clips into there while it's sitting inside here, inside this frame, I think that would be a better solution to the problem. And of course, if I get one, I'm going to want it in the fluorescent yellow to match the rest of the bumblebee here. Okay? So that's my 50 cents.
I know how you get the battery out. You just crash the drone. That's all. That's then it comes out. See that? But to keep it in, I was thinking a denture grip.
Yeah,
a little denture grip on the battery.
That's like using Loctite Red, though. Okay, use once, never again. So,
well, then you want something a little lighter than toothpaste will work.
Just a little lighter. But I have trouble, understanding all the problems they're having with this battery. I really am.
Well, they're hitting hard, apparently, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's, this drone dropping from 300-400 feet has got to be a hard hit, and it's got to do damage. But I think if you're flying at top speed with this drone and you're a couple feet above the ground, you're going to tumble, and you probably will. I would say 99% of the time still be flight worthy.
Yeah, I hit a pole with mine, and the battery didn't come out, and I hit it pretty hard because I heard it go thump, and
that's what happens when you hit a pole. What if you hit an Italian?
Yeah.
I was just about to make that comment.
Or Lithuanian.
I didn't think it'd be culturally appropriate.
I think it would slide right off, Bill.
See, being half Italian, I can tell a half a joke.
There you go.
Dominic, what's your last name again? Perspicacious or something? What is it?
Papa Sergio.
Papa Sergio. He's Italian.
There's enough vowels in that name right there. Okay, it's easy giveaway.
Yeah, that sounds like a pizzeria. Go to Papa Sergio and get you a pie.
I'll have some of that on my antipasto, please.
Yeah, so when I crashed my drone, I got an error message on it. And when I tried to fly it again, it just shook all over the place. So I shut it down and kept it off for a few seconds, turned it back on, and it was fine. Yeah.
So I can't figure out. I remember you saying that, and I'm trying to figure out what could have happened. That maybe there was something lodged in one of these motors. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a sensor error that I was getting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would think if you were having any kind of shuttering or anything with this, the first thing I would do is suspect a prop. One of
Yeah.
the props to be, chewed up or something like that. Some
Right.
damage,
Right.
even a crack, even a minor crack in it could change the surface lift
Right.
on the blade itself, and that could create some. Because they're very well balanced, I've found.
Yes,
What I think the best recommendation I can make with this drone is launch this drone in normal mode. I don't care if you're flying acro, launch this drone in normal mode. Okay? Probably the easiest and safest thing to do. Launch it, hit the pause button right away after she launches. Hit the pause button. And yeah, I see a lot of people having problems with the motion controller, that they launch it and then it's all over the place. Launch it, double click, start your motors, which you're arming it basically.
Yep.
Go click, press until it lifts off. And then when it's lifted off, hit the pause button. Stop right there. Okay? You can put your goggles down at that point. You can get yourself all set and then fly your mission from that point.
Yep. That's what I do. And what I'll do is I'll go right and I'll go left to kind of look and make sure there's nothing around me to bump into and then take off.
I still have a
But
ton of people reaching out to me asking me how I'm shooting some of these videos with the motion controller, that they can't seem to get this damn motion controller. It's more of a toy to them. And that's because they're probably flailing around with it.
yes.
Now, if you sit while you're droning, while you're FPVing, okay, and there's an armrest, put your arm down on the armrest.
Yeah.
Keep it stationary. The only thing that should really be moving at this point is your wrist, and that's it. Okay. Or if you're standing, hold it tight into your hip, and again, just your wrist. And I'll tell you, with a little bit of finesse with that motion controller, it's a rip. It's a rip and a half to fly this bird. Okay.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm flying this thing, inches above the ground. And I really don't think I'd be as confident that way with the other controller. I've flown it with the other controller. But for cinematic stuff, I really do love motion control. Now, of course, if you're doing interior real estate photography and stuff like that, then I would say you should practice with the motion controller. If you're using it for tactical purposes,
Nice.
Had to make that stop, Bill.
Yep.
But if you're using it for like
there and watch
interior,
an empty roof there.
if you're trying to fly this thing and fly it backwards and lift it in place, have it ascend in place, then you really need the RC to do that.
Right. Yep. I think with the RC you could probably do little tighter turns. All you have to do is turn that throttle control, left or right, and it'll just turn just like a regular quad.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been able to make very, very tight turns and orbits with the motion controller. It's just, it's like anything else. It's becoming familiar with it, and it becomes second nature very quickly.
Right. Yeah, and it's fun to fly, and it takes darn good pictures. I mean,
that camera is great.
Yeah, it is. It is. I just released a video earlier this week. A friend of mine passed away, and last Sunday was her service. So I made a tribute video for her family that exemplified her free spirit that she had. She was always really upbeat, saying, "Good morning, how are you?" And it just the service. Well, it kind of hit me pretty hard. So, yeah. And if
Sorry to
you
hear.
ever been to an Asian uh, funeral, they're different. They do the open casket, and luckily I was with a former coworker where we both went up there to view the body, and
Mhm.
luckily there was some tissue there for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tough thing.
Oh, okay, so let's
Sorry to
get
hear
off of that topic and talk about.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a birthday today. We got one of our droners has a birthday. Kai Friedrichsen of the Lone Star UAV. It's his birthday today.
Happy
So
birthday.
happy birthday, Kai.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Kai.
Yeah, mine is in 2 days.
Oh,
Oh, well,
September
happy
seems to
birthday.
be a month of birthdays. I'm flooded with them.
Yep. I think James's birthday is coming up pretty. Well, no, his was just recent.
Oh yeah.
So Bill, rattle those keys a little more, okay?
Yeah.
oh, please. Honey, you going somewhere?
No, I already come
Yeah,
back.
that's all
Oh.
the noise you're hearing.
What noise?
You.
Your sister's noise. Say
All the
hi.
background noise. Mute him. Just mute him, Art.
Who's that?
Who's this? Art and
Oh, hello,
Tom
hello.
and Dominic.
Hi, whatever.
Art, Tom, and Dominic.
Art, Tom, and Dominic.
Yeah, you
There you
remember me. I was
Yeah.
the little guy that loved your menudo.
Yeah.
It's coming from baby shower.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
How was it? Good?
Really good. I had to come back because I cannot see no.
Okay. Oh, she doesn't do well in the dark. Her eyes, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Alrighty, Bill. You want to bump you out, and we'll see you back at the house. Okay. There we go. I thought he'd never leave. Anyway,
Hey, Art, I just dropped a video. I want to play about 20 seconds of it or so.
that'd be great. Go ahead.
Okay, and we can hopefully share the sound too.
Okay.
Let me turn my mic. I'm going to mute my mic just to be on the safe side. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's moving.
And this is shot with the motion controller.
Wow. That's awesome.
Great work.
That is Las Vegas, by the way, if anybody wants to know. Yeah, it's a desert, but we do have our wetlands. These wetlands eventually empty into Lake Mead.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
And it was legal, okay? That's an RC runway.
You could always ask that.
Nice. Very
Mm.
nice. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just posted that. The full video is up on YouTube on my channel.
Cool.
But yeah, that's with the motion controller. So you know, and this is what the drone is made for. It's made for that
Yep.
low cinematic type of shot, and
Right.
I'm having a blast with it. The other thing I love about it is, you get a little tired, flying the same places over and over again.
Yeah.
But going from a camera drone to this drone, it's like flying those places all brand new from the start.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of fun.
Yep. 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 And it's not made for zipping up tall buildings and then doing dives.
Not a Cinewhoop, but an FPV, the FPV POS. That's
Yeah.
that you can do that with, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, not this. This is not what it's made for.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Johnny D, that's actually west of Lake Mead. So those wetlands actually eventually empty into Lake Mead after they pass under Lake Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like a good place to do some fishing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wildlife over there now. A lot of
Yeah.
wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Hey,
chasing
hello,
coyotes
Bugs
out of my neighborhood this morning.
FBB. Welcome.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bugs. Hey,
And
Mudball.
Michael, Mr. B Outdoors Misadventures.
Outdoors.
Welcome.
Yep.
The Johnny D
Charles
says it's a
Beluski.
Mavic with a set of goggles. I don't know that I'd fly a Mavic that low and that close to other obstacles, only because of the open propeller. That's
Yeah.
what this is really nice. I mean, first off, you have protection around it, and besides the Kendono ridge riders,
Right.
this really, you can bump off the stuff with this. That you can't do with a Mavic 3. What I would love to see is the ability to fly the Mavic 3 or the Mavic 3 Pro, a Mini Pro, with the goggles.
Mm-hmm.
To me,
Yes,
that would be home run.
Mm.
Okay.
Right.
To me, that's like looking through the viewfinder of my SLR camera. That's what I want.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even think you would be as confident flying as low and as close using a camera drone with even an RC Pro.
Right.
But at 1200 in brightness, yeah, it's great. But still, you got a little screen like this that you got a lot going on around you. So to really bring in that focus to what you're doing and to concentrate that closely on shooting some of those gaps,
Mm-hmm.
that the goggles I think are an indispensable tool. And anybody that flies FPV, you can't fly FPV with a remote controller. Okay, not like an RC Pro or the RC or a smart controller. Okay, you can't fly an FPV drone that way. You have to be immersed. You have to be in the FPV.
Right.
In those goggles.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And my Ridge Riders are coming in this week, and I got orange.
Oh, look at you! That means you and Chuck, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chuck's another one with orange Ridge Riders.
Great.
I'm a Broncos fan.
They're okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to be a Raiders fan. I'm just having a little trouble right now. That's all. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but then again, it's not that hard for me. Remember, I came from New York, so I was surrounded by losing mega million teams. Okay.
Well, you had the Giants had a streak there in the '80s. There, they were pretty good with LT and.
Streaks are the same thing you get in your underwear, Art. Okay.
Hey, Yeah,
you want
some good
dynasties,
teams.
man. You want dynasties.
Yeah.
Except for the Yankees, you don't see much
Yeah.
of that. And I was raised by a Brooklyn Dodgers father, so Yankees were out of the question for me. So I became a hapless Mets fan. Okay, Mets,
Mm.
So it looks.
Rangers, New York Rangers. I can expect a Stanley Cup every 40 years. Okay, the Knicks I can't count on anything with, and the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Whoever's good, they'll wind up trading that person away for some major cash and a
Mhm.
has been or should be has been soon. So yeah, so I moved out here, and look at that, we have a championship team. We had the WNBA Las Vegas Aces just won the
Oh,
championship there.
Okay.
Okay,
okay. Wonderful.
we have a halfway decent hockey team. So
Yeah.
now all we need is a
Go
baseball
Avs,
team.
Stanley Cup champs this year.
Yes, yes, yes. I know.
And the Yankees have another member of the 60 home run club.
Yep, waiting for 61.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be nice.
Okay,
Got a
to
few
tie
few
Roger
games
Maris.
left to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully he makes it. He's a good kid. He's a
And
good.
Albert Pujols joined the
Well,
700 club.
yep.
So that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that name.
Yeah, and this is all post the steroids era. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's true. Yep. And you don't have to deal with
The
Barry
asterisk. You mean?
Bonds and
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa and McGuire. Yeah.
That's when you have to tell your kids when you visit Cooperstown. Oh no, no, those are just little decorations next to their names, little flowers. Okay, those asterisks. Right.
Hmm.
17 at bats. Okay,
Yep.
Captain Joe America saying 17 at bats since he hit 60. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to hit 60 though. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's an exclusive club right there.
Okay.
And he also broke another American League record. He's only the second American leaguer to hit 60 or 60 home runs.
Home
Hank
runs. Yeah.
Greenberg he hit 58 back back in the 30s. All right, let's welcome. He is back. It's Uncle Bill. Welcome, welcome.
I never left. I was always here in spirit.
Okay.
Oh, Bill, I have the appropriate music for you, and here we go.
Silence.
We don't hear it, Artie.
That is, well,
We don't hear it, Artie.
it's silent.
No?
No.
No, you can
Silence.
sit there and grin all you want, but we don't hear it. He's sitting there
No?
grinning. This is funny.
That was a fail. Hashtag
All
epic
right.
fail. Hit the
Because I
button.
went through StreamYards and did all the.
Did you?
Yeah. So,
Didn't work.
never mind. So you can't hear.
Well, do I have a theme song now or something?
Yeah, this is Dark Isle Piper. Kind of an Irish, bagpipe.
Oh, I would have liked that.
If you could heard it. I don't know why it's not working. Because I went through StreamYards and vMix
Went through.
and set it up to.
That's odd.
That's odd. Yeah. Uh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't get to hear it.
Mm.
well, we'll figure it out.
Come on, folks, hit that thumbs up button. We got 28
Yeah.
viewing, 16. That's hit the button.
And also, don't forget those super chats and
Mm.
super stickers. Those help out. They pay for the electricity and for the nice almond toffee that I give away, and some of the other prizes too, like the stickers, which I'll be giving away a little later.
I oh my gosh. Get off my lawn, Art. I was looking. I have no songs in my list here.
No?
I'm gonna play something that I thought would be, humorous, but don't have it. Don't have it. I don't know.
What the hell was I thinking?
I don't know.
So I saw that Alexis had a
Yeah.
live stream going just prior to the
Yeah.
show, and somebody was on that show.
Yeah. I noticed.
Really? So she's giving it a shot, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
How'd it go?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Doc Murdoch was on there giving her a tutorial on how to use StreamYard and other things to go with it. So, yeah. It's good.
I mean, I do have this song, but I don't think we should play. No, wait. I tried to stop it before the bad word came out. It wouldn't stop. I'm sorry. That's my theme song.
Yeah.
I wanted to stop it. I go sucker and then stop, and it wouldn't stop. I apologize.
Hello, Kevin. Good to see
It's
you.
the
He's all the
hardware,
way from
Hi,
the
Kevin.
Philippines.
All the way from the
Welcome,
Philippines. Hello.
So, yeah, the views are building up. Yep.
That's actually my theme song.
Awesome.
So anyway, tonight we were trying something different because you guys kept saying Avata. So I had to stop and pick up something to drink because all I got left is wine. So here's some truly wild berry.
Oh, okay.
There's also
Okay.
truly raspberry lime. I'm not being very manly today. And we have some, these are both raspberry lime. Oh, okay. All right. So should I try the raspberry lime or the wild berry?
How about the wild berry?
Yeah,
Okay.
something different.
Because
Odd
after
man.
that, I'll probably try the raspberry lime.
There you go.
Let's see how this goes.
I picked
I'm the
up a
taste test, the
bottle
official.
of Shaggy Dog peanut butters whiskey.
I've heard of that brand. It's supposed to be pretty
Yeah.
good. Did you like it?
It is. I liked it, but you know what? I think it tastes more like butterscotch than peanut butter.
Okay. Well, so it was pretty sweet then, I take it.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, you would like Ugly Dog. No, it's a brand. Ugly Dog
Yeah,
peanut butter bourbon. They claim to be the only peanut butter bourbon. So, and you might like that. It's got more of a cask taste. It's got more. It tastes like bourbon. It's like real bourbon. So
Cool.
apparently, I'm sure it is real
bourbon.
bourbon.
It tastes like bourbon then.
Well, you would think. It doesn't. It's not going to taste
Yeah.
like rum. But to all your comments before, Avata. Here we go.
Yes.
I don't have one. That's the only way I'm going to have fun with one is this. And I wanted to do something light because early I have an AM meeting with the Martin County USBC. So I got to make believe I'm sober. At least.
Well, and tomorrow I've got the flight club, and I'm charging up the batteries to the Avata, and gotta charge up the motion controller and a couple of the.
Your goggle
camera.
batteries. Don't forget your goggle battery.
Yep, I got those charged up. Yep.
Yes.
Really sucks if you
batteries.
go out there with a dead pair of goggles. There
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
ruins your whole day.
Yep.
Yeah. You got to have all the batteries charged.
Yeah.
Now I just realized I have to get up earlier than I thought because there's a bunch of stuff at work I was supposed to take with me to go to the meeting. And you know where that stuff is?
Oh, it's
Not
at
at
work.
home.
It's at work.
No.
That's all right.
Almighty.
It's not on the way, but it's not terribly out of the way. So it should just go for a little early ride.
Very
It need to be at 9:30. They're at 9. Gotta trying to figure out what time I need to get up. So, who in here uses uses just their cell phone as their alarm clock?
Goes
Me
off.
too.
I got to take meds twice a day, so that reminds me twice a day, and I don't use it to wake up anymore.
Well, you're retired. So you wake up when you feel like it.
I do my best at that, yes. But you know what happens, Bill? Your eyes just still fucking go wide at a certain time every morning. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Okay? So I'd love to be able to regress to my 20s where I could sleep, you could sleep 26 hours straight.
Yeah.
Now, man, I wake up with body aches if I get more than 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Same here. I get headache.
Because my schedule's all over the place. I have to have an alarm because some nights I'm late, some nights I'm early, some days I'm early.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I don't
when you don't have a schedule, exactly, that's really tough, man. If you don't have a regular routine schedule. When I first went on the job, we would work days, evenings, and then nights, and that would totally screw you up. Just totally rack you. Okay, where nothing, you'd be a walking zombie after a few weeks of that.
Yep.
It's not so bad. 8:30. Yeah, not so bad. I don't have to get up that early. But anyway, I don't sleep good now either, especially since I've had this cough. Now, first of all, I still don't have my apnea device because Philips hasn't replaced it from the recall. So I don't have that after spending 4 years getting used to having one of those damn things. Like, well, you can buy one. Yeah, okay, yeah, like $1,200, no problem. And then so that's a problem. And then the other problem would be my bladder. 200 as I get older, and I'm so stupid that I drink before I go to bed. So that gets me up. And now I got a cough in my chest, which decides to wake me up coughing loudly in the middle of the night. I've been using Mucinex works though, but I don't want to depend on that every single night to go to bed.
The other thing you got to do is add another pillow right now while you have that chest congestion, so you're not laying flat because that's not helping you.
The only thing that worries me about that, I'm not susceptible to pneumonia. I'm not even sure if I've ever had it, but you got to worry about that too because then it builds up in the bottom of your lungs. Like my wife was susceptible. There was a time where she was getting pneumonia once a year for years.
Yeah.
But I don't. Nothing likes to live in my body, not even me. So I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You're right. That would probably help quite a bit. I'm sorry.
All the way from Fort Lauderdale, it's welcome. And Matt Cundiff of Maddie's World. Welcome.
I'm coming here to listen to the old guys talk about their ailments.
Yep.
Yeah. We're priming him. He's
got to learn somehow.
That's right. He's got something to look forward to.
So
yeah, I got. According to you guys, I got quite a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing.
I am excited.
You better be. See, Johnny D says he retired in '97. Can't remember what day it is. Johnny, I feel the same way right now. But my medication, I got the 7-day medication thing. So when I pull one out, it has the day of the week on it, so I know what tomorrow is. Okay.
I wanted to buy one of those, and then I was like, no, because that's a sign of the beginning of the end.
Design yourself at this point, okay? And then Mr. JRC says try melatonin. Remember, I'm in the state of Nevada. I don't need melatonin. There's THC and CBD.
Mr. JS,
okay?
I needed a break. I had to have a break. This building stuff.
Decadent dark chocolate bars from the Source Dispensary. Those really help you to sleep. Okay?
Yeah.
Just don't eat the whole chocolate bar. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, you'll be up at 2 a.m. having a bologna sandwich. So.
What kind of chocolate bar? X-Lax? What kind of chocolate?
Decadent dark chocolate, baby.
Oh, dark chocolate. Okay, I like dark chocolate.
That'll keep you awake.
It's good for you too.
With warnings all over it. Don't leave. Don't make it accessible to the little kids. Okay.
Yep.
So,
fortunately for me, I don't take any medication. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I saw a bag of psych meds fall out of your jacket when you were in my house last time. Are you not counting that?
I think those were the ones I was throwing into your drink.
Yeah, Yeah, Maddie, I've also got a degenerative disc disease and arthritis in my lower back. You know, as long as we're going to talk about all this stuff.
Oh,
And my arches are starting to fall, and I've got a little circulation thing with the bottom part of my legs.
You
And
poor
my
thing. You were
my
born with
cholesterol's a little high,
a
and so
normal
so is my sugar.
body, and you're falling apart. And here I am, born with a fucked up body, and thankfully I don't need to take medication except for aspirin once.
My father is being tested heavily right now for lung cancer. They found a big mass on his lung, and he just had a colonoscopy done, I guess, a couple days ago, and he said he was really, really fucking sore. But
done that.
That's
they should buy you a drink first when they do that,
right?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
We'll call you after that.
I tell you what's funny.
It's really the prep that gets you on the colonoscopy because the last I checked, they don't let you stay awake for that. Okay, you know.
I know.
Unless it's a men's sex club, okay? Otherwise, you're not staying awake for the colonoscopy.
I told him I wanted to stay awake, and she let this one particular doctor, it was a female, this is in Pennsylvania. She let me stay awake, but I didn't stay awake. I mean, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
That's how comfortable I was with her.
What you wanted to hear, Bill. Okay?
It's hard to...
I was awake for some of it. It was kind of interesting until it wasn't. Until it was a rape dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
felt the beads coming out.
I was getting catheterized when they were checking my heart, okay, Bill? And I had, and you know where they originate that catheter, right? So
they were going in there to check your heart?
They go in through your groin.
Yep.
Oh, how exciting.
So the
that
two
catheter.
Filipino nurses that were responsible for a shave down were talking in Tagalog, Bill. And they were saying, let's give him a reverse mohawk.
Yeah.
And I cautioned them as to realizing that there are a multitude of languages that people understand out there. So please, just a little off, not too much off the top. I'm already circumcised. And they giggled their asses off, okay?
So what does a colonoscopy have to do with something to do with your lungs? Is that where they stick the camera in your ass for, like, is it like a camera?
No. Nothing to do with your lungs.
It has nothing to do with your lungs, but it does have something to do with potential traces of cancer.
Okay.
So, you know, the thing is when cancer metastasizes, it goes to other regions of the body.
So and one of the common places is your colon. So they would check and see if there's any metastasization going on and checking them out. Yeah.
So it is. He has a. It was explained that it was kind of hard to understand it because I'm not a fucking doctor. But so apparently he has a severe case of pneumonia and mucus is built up in his bronchial tubes.
So it's almost on the border of being emphysemic. So the question is a smoker?
He used to be big time.
Yeah. Okay. So same situation. What happened with my mom was basically, you know, she was having pneumonia almost on a regular basis. And she developed emphysema. So the problem is you're trying to always clear your lungs of that mucus.
And that's the problem. He's having a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
So I guess that mucus buildup is stopping them from getting to the mass, or
it masks in the X-ray the density of what that mass is.
Okay.
They can't discern it. So in all likelihood, they're going to go MRI and CAT scan also. Okay, which is good. Because they're more indicative, and you can get a lot more data out of them. So,
all right, you should be watching the chats. We got some interesting stuff here. Johnny DRC, 2 back surgeries, 18 knee surgeries, and 8 knee replacements.
Jesus Christ!
How many knees? Yeah, what are you, a caterpillar?
Yeah.
He likes big numbers.
Maybe he's a spider.
He's got like 20 quads. He likes big numbers. Johnny loves big numbers.
I think he meant a knee replacement, but that's what I'm guessing here. And that's the one I like too. There you go.
The next one from JRC's. Did you read that?
This fucking guy, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I don't know where he comes up with this stuff.
It's right when you ask the doctor, hey, have you found the Donner pirate yet?
Make sure that license isn't from Trump University. That's all I'm saying, Manny. Okay, just be careful. Okay. You buy a steak, but not a
You guys
degree.
are going to force me to commit suicide before I have to get my first colonoscopy.
Look,
Jeez.
It's nothing, Maddie. It's nothing.
colonoscopy's not the problem, Maddie. It's
I've
the
had one.
prep. Just make
Yeah.
sure you're firmly seated before starting the prep.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah.
Get
Bring in
Yeah.
some
a
reading
seat
material.
belt
And
on your
Maddie,
toilet.
Maddie,
Oh my
no
God.
live streaming. No live streaming during the prep period.
Well, you'll be streaming, but it won't be
yeah.
that kind of streaming.
The worst part of it is back in the day, they used to make you drink 5 quarts of
Yeah,
electrolyte.
yeah.
And that
Yes.
stuff was just unbelievable. Now they got more
now you
concentrated
drink-
stuff.
Now you drink one thing and realize that's the first time you come to the realization how long your ascending and descending colons are. Okay? Because that stuff travels every damn inch. And you never realize how long that travel was. Okay? So stay firmly seated, install seatbelts.
10-4.
Yeah, come on, Tom. That's a load of shit. But
So on a
I
different-
relate to that, Bill.
On a good
you
note,
gotta-
I'm building. Kim Fused FPV sent me a Cinewhoop, and I've never had a Cinewhoop, so I got one.
Awesome.
The problem is it's analog, and it had a different receiver on it. So I took it apart, and I'm rebuilding it, and I'm putting on.
she seems
anybody
like
that-
she seems. I've never met her, but she seems like a
She's
nice
a
girl, like a
doll.
fun, like a fun person. You
So
know.
there's my Crossfire receiver. There's the flight controller.
Yeah.
There's my DJI camera. I had to sacrifice one of my other quads, but yeah, she is an absolute sweetheart. She sent it to me. I said, "How much do you want for it?" She said, $0. It's already on its way. I said, "You son of a mother."
Awesome. That's cool.
She's a good,
Great
she's a cool
community, girl.
chick. It is. It is. It's unreal. Unreal.
Always smiling. She seems like a funny person, like a nice, like somebody be
She
fun
is.
to be around.
She's a sweetheart.
Yep.
Her and Gardo are fun to hang out with.
Mm.
Sorry about the background noise.
No, it's okay. We had Bill before. You're quite all right.
Yeah.
What the hell? You're whining about my noises.
My
This is the
2-year-old
background noise
just took a
train.
shower and she hates the water. Hates it. So it's okay.
Why? Because it's wet?
I'm on.
She's 2. What do you expect?
God bless
What's
you.
up, Matt? Northeast.
Hey, Matt. Good to see you.
See now, Tom, that since I'm getting, we're getting later in life, they don't necessarily do the colonoscopies. They send me a box to poop in. So
Oh, so you get the screening ones. Yeah, no, you'll go
I
back.
get
Don't worry. You'll go back to the office visit soon enough. Don't worry. Once you hit a certain age, you'll go back to the office.
it's sitting in the other room. I and actually my A1 is A1's no whatever it is where they want to check out your prostate. The number got a little high. Not really high, but a little high.
Yes.
So they wanted me to go see the uronologist. Of course, they sent me to this guy. Guy's like 6'5". His fingers are like this fucking long.
God bless.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. He said it was full. It's nice and smooth. Okay, thanks. I got a smooth. That means it's okay. All
You
right.
gotta look. You gotta in the book of providers. You gotta look for the Asian names, Bill. Come on now. Okay.
I would
There you
pay.
go.
I would pay for that actually. So
Hey, Matt, I sent you a link if you want to pop in for a bit. A pleasure to have you. And then we got Richard Wagner. Welcome. Good to see you. David, AZ Drone Dude. Welcome. Ray Kelly
Hey, Ray.
is in the chat. Welcome.
Yes,
Hey,
Ray.
man.
Hola.
It must be coffee time. All of a sudden, everybody's coming to my channel. So in 1 minute, we'll get it going. And we got Mike, Night Train, all the way from Michigan. Good to see you. What did you get? A new
Anybody ever buy?
wireless mount?
Anybody ever buy one of these on Amazon? These cheap wireless, cool light up mouses. They're
No, mine
pieces
doesn't.
of shit. It's a piece of crap.
I got this one on Amazon,
I got the
light.
but this
The
is a
Logitech.
Razor.
I normally use.
Logitech Master MXs.
I normally use that one, but I bought an Amazon one because I thought, oh, it'd be cool to be lit up, and it's not cool. I don't like it. It's a piece
A
of
Razor Death Adder Mini. A Death Adder.
Yeah, the
$15.
Razors are good mouses.
On
from
sale,
what I've heard.
$15.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
It's toffee time.
It's toffee giveaway. So put in hashtag toffee in the chat.
By the way, for anybody that does not know, Adrian is not going live tonight.
Oh,
I know he's too
Something
tired.
happened with his truck?
He just said he's had a long day at work, I guess, or something.
okay.
Yeah, because I think his truck broke down yesterday, so had to make up for everything today.
Yep. I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, there's
And he
an
was tired
opening.
yesterday. He was on Matt's stream just sleeping on camera.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
was semi
He's
sleeping.
working a lot. He's got a tough job. You know, it's pretty manual labor intensive, I guess.
Oh, I don't like the raspberry lime. Ugh. No, I
What are
don't
you
like
What are you
it.
drinking? Truly, or is it Truly?
Truly.
Yeah,
Truly's.
my brother drinks those. You get the variety pack.
This is the berry variety pack, but I don't like the raspberry lime.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'll still
those aren't
drink it.
bad. Those aren't bad for. I mean, they get. We had them on the boat that day. Remember?
Did we?
Yeah, we remember when we stopped at that gas station and bought the.
He drank more of my special coffee in my thermos than he did.
Yeah, so did I.
That was good coffee.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah, I'm not crazy about that.
All right, we're up to 20. Let's see if we get up to
You singing
25, shall we?
Is that
25.
Maybe another E in there.
Bill, we got any updates on that fucking hurricane? Yeah,
Well, it looks like they don't know. You know, they don't know,
we
man.
never do.
At first, it depends. The European model has it crashing right across from you, and then plowing right over the top of me, like going right over the, And then they got the other models have it swinging out a little more, and then hitting maybe at Sarasota, which is still
Dominic?
it's still across from me,
This
but
is why I retired
not-
to Vegas, Dominic.
not not going across the state, like
Yeah,
And then by tomorrow it'll be heading towards Johnny.
right.
Florida has a natural disaster every year, whether it comes from the Gulf or the Atlantic. So that's
Well,
why.
I'll tell you what.
That's why.
Not last year or the year
Us-
before.
Us in
Maddie,
this area, we haven't
If
gotten.
we have a
big
natural
hurricane in years.
disaster out here, I probably
That'll
have
work, Matt.
property now. Okay, in Vegas.
Last 2 years, Tom, it's been nothing.
Yeah, we've dodged a bunch of bullets down here.
Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of. Oh my God! Batten down the hatches and nothing. Tropical storm comes through.
Yeah.
You know,
Big deal.
that's a scary part because when you have a few years of that, and then a big one is actually coming, people get very, very complacent because they don't believe,
Yeah.
that it's going to take them
Well,
out.
we're used to it. We're used to
But
it.
I don't have.
Things.
Hey, Art,
I-
is there a misspelling in toffee, or now we all have to put in a new hashtag?
Yeah, Art.
There's an
No.
E.
Oh,
got-
Marty.
We're up to 26. Let's go ahead and draw.
Wait,
Hold on, Art,
There's only one- Art, wait.
There's an E missing.
Wait, we were spelling it wrong because you only put one E on it. It's
So,
toff.
Do you want to just
Yeah.
leave it
So
like
let's have
that?
some nice,
Yeah,
delicious
let's
toff.
just leave it like that. There's
Right.
26 in.
Yeah,
Well, let everybody get in.
Yeah, everybody redo your hashtag in the
with
chat
one E.
and drop one.
One
E.
E.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We got
Why
26.
mix it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Kind of
Toff.
like the
Yeah,
Fefe.
okay. Yeah,
Art-
yeah,
Art did
yeah.
that on
That's what I'm
purpose.
saying. Yeah,
This
Art,
is the new.
okay,
This is
you
the
don't
new
have
French
to take
candy.
any meds, but I think
Yeah,
It's
Art, I think
toffee.
Fredman is called
yeah,
for.
Toffee. Yeah. Or The
Toffee.
pompous candy.
Tom, are you
Yeah, the
using
one-
your mic, or is it the mic coming off of your headset because you sound a little muffled?
Really? It should
Yeah.
be.
Is it me, or does he sound like he's like it's like muffled?
No, it sounds all right.
Does it? It sounds like it's coming from his
What,
headset.
what kind of mic you got, Tom?
This is Blue Ice. This is a Logitech.
Or the blue, same as me.
It's a Blue
No,
Yeti.
you sound good to me.
Brent, it's just one E. No, two F's and one E.
I like unlimited verticals better. Poutine.
Hmm.
Okay. And then Eat More Pasta has 3 F's and 3 E's now.
Kind
I
of
think
phallic,
he's
isn't it?
already in because we got 29
See,
in the
I knew it.
watching and 27. All right, let's.
Yeah, Tom, I think you're going off your camera mic. I had a feeling something sounded different.
Shouldn't be, but I will check.
All right, so let's go ahead and draw.
What's my mic sound?
You're good.
How about now?
If I win, these people are going to go.
What happened to the drum roll?
Rigged.
Hey!
Rigged.
Johnny DRC. Hey, Johnny, since you won last week, would you like to donate or draw again?
Oh, yeah. He won last week, too?
Yeah.
So what? He won. A winner's a winner. That's not. He's like over there thinking, "Yay, I got the candy." What do you mean, Art? Now I give up my candy? That's wrong. That's just wrong. Johnny D, just send it to Uncle Bill. I love that candy.
Hey, Maddie, does the audio sound now?
There you go. Bingo.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it.
You
Yeah, totally
switch.
different.
It went. You were right, Maddie. It went to the Logitech Brio on the camera instead of the microphone.
Yeah, now you
I
sound
got
good.
it. Back.
You know, Tom, what did you say? We have the exact same setup.
Johnny said it's fine. Roll it.
Logitech Brio and a
All right.
Blue. Yeah.
Yeah, it works out well.
Blue Yeti. Yep.
Blue Yeti. Yep.
Yep. That's not the ice. The ice is a round one. You got the Yeti.
No, this is the Yeti. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Very
We got
nice.
the exact setup. So you got a pop. You have a pop.
Yeah, I don't
screen
have
on
the
yours.
foam on it. I have the pop filter instead. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have the pop, so I just bought this. I thought I'd see if it made any difference. I don't.
But
I don't
you
know if
have
it
yours
does.
on the desk, right? Yeah. Yeah, yours
Me?
is on the desk. I got mine on.
Okay, it's hashtag toffee with 2 E's this time.
No.
Oh, you should have just re-rolled.
Okay, we got to do this again.
Did you know that there's a setting up there that allows you to draw again?
Oh, I did not know that.
Up in the
So are
top
we drawing
right,
again, or are we doing?
after it picks the winner on the top right, it says draw again.
Tom, I felt guilty not using that mount, the mount that came with it, because it's a nice, solid,
Such a nice mount, right, Bill?
It really is.
A real, yeah. You can see it was nicely machined and all. I know. I felt the same way. Same thing for my monitors. I put my monitors on a pair of arms instead of the stands they came with, and the stands are gorgeous.
No,
I hate
no
even throwing them away.
W and no A in it, Charles. It's
Are we
like
using
coffee
two? Are we
with a
using
T.
2 E's now?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're using two E.
All right.
So Tom,
You know,
I
I won a couple of weeks ago, but if I win it, screw you. I'm taking it.
What was that, Maddie?
I haven't talked to you since you spent time in Vegas with Billy and Ken and Lon and them. How that trip was fun, huh?
I'll tell you, man. The three of them together, that's a
Oh, they're a
comedy show.
trip.
That is. I laugh, bro. I
Could you
laugh.
imagine what
It-
goes on in their hotel room? Oh,
well,
my
first off, the interaction between Billy and Ken, and then Matt. The great thing about that is Lon has the sideline commentary going constantly.
Yep.
Okay. I laughed. I laughed the whole time. It was a lot of fun. Great guys to hang with.
Yeah,
We
they
had a
are
lot of
great.
fun flying. Yeah, good time.
A garage show, man.
What do you say? Something.
Hashtag beaver tits for some reason. I don't.
What the fuck? What the hell?
We're out of nowhere.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Psychological screening is not a requirement to visit these streams, apparently.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Good thing. Majority of us wouldn't be here.
What
All
brought
right,
him to
let's
that?
go
though?
ahead and draw.
How far do you want to dive this one, Bill? Really?
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we
I know a
go.
little.
I don't even. No, there it is. Mm-hmm.
I would have done the drum roll. Artie.
Congratulations,
the fix is in.
Matt.
The
You
fix
are
is
the
in.
winner.
That is good stuff. StreamYard.
No, Ray, it wasn't me. But how you doing, Ray?
It wasn't Ray.
Congratulations, Maddie.
I
You
haven't
know-
had coffee in a while.
Hey,
Yes,
Maddie.
that's true.
I want to be on Fly for Fun show again when they do FAA questions, because when you're on the actual panel, you do get the questions like 7 seconds early, okay? And Ray, I still think you guys haven't figured that out yet. But if you go back and check, it's all your panelists who have won those FAA questions for the most part.
Look, Artie, check in the chat. Jay said if Matt wins, it's rigged. And then he goes, I knew it was rigged. It's too funny. Rigged. There's double rigged. Right. We got a lot of rigs.
Who on here really loves that toffee? Like
Artie, why don't you give Matt North a wrench?
I know, Ray.
Oh yeah. Stop this.
Oh, you see, Maddie, somebody's commenting on your waistline there. Okay, that there's no need for this toffee. You saw that, right?
See, just because of that, Mr. J, do you like almond toffee? What kind of toffee is it, Art?
Almond toffee.
Oh, the almond toffee.
This is dark chocolate.
Oh, this one's dark chocolate.
Yep.
Don't give it to him.
Because that's all they had this week.
That's the good stuff. And Maddie, we'll tell you right now. Here's another health tip. Dark chocolate's good for you, dude. It's good for your heart. Okay. So
yes, it is.
I'll be honest. I've never been a dark chocolate fan.
Dark chocolate's the only chocolate.
Deal with it.
I dated a girl that had that name in high school. Dark chocolate. Yeah, she was all right. She melted in my mouth. But not in my hands. Sorry. Terrible. It is good for you, they say. What? Wait, I forget why though.
Starfish.
I've had the regular one that you sent me, Art. The box, the regular almond toffee. I'll try.
I mean, it's less dairy, but there's other reasons. So it's higher in something or other. Come on, Tom.
It is. Yeah, I forget what it is. Whether it's pectins or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Maddie, I like the one that's high in THC and CBD. Okay, that's the best dark chocolate, bro. That's
the CBD one I like. The THC one, not so much.
Oh man,
I'm not a THC fan, bro.
You talk about a good night's sleep, bro.
Yeah, I hear.
See, the Tammy Jean is fronting for you there, Artie. This toffee is delicious. We are having some right now. It really is. Very, very, very good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's specific to the Denver area, huh, Art? That stuff is regionally specific. You get this in the local area there?
Yeah,
yes, company. We do. During the holidays, we sell them at Costco and down at what's the name of there's a mall down at the south end of town that they have a kiosk there that I can't remember the name of the mall, but they also, they've got a website, so you could, if you anywhere in the world, you could order it. It's called Enstroms.com.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. Coast to coast, I agree with you. It's a combination. It's the formulary that makes it work. Okay.
I'm not a fan, man. I used to.
You got to mix the two.
But not anymore.
You got to mix the two together.
It's funny. Your taste changes as you get older. When I was young, I didn't like dark chocolate either. So Maddie, when you get older and you grow up and stuff, your taste will change, and you'll like that little bit of bitterness to it, and it's and you know what it's good with coffee. Have a nice cup of coffee, nice cup of espresso. But, I got a taste for it because when I was on my paleo diet before, one of the things they suggested that they have for a little snack was dark chocolate. Even though that's not technically a paleo item, because I doubt the cavemen were,
foraging for those particular beans.
Yeah, foraging for bars of dark chocolate. So I got a taste for it, because I was buying the Girardis, you know what I mean, at the local Walmart, 90%, 85%. But the dark chocolate coating that's on this is not that dark. It's not so dark that it's bitter.
Yeah, usually you have to go above 70% on the cocoa in order to get that bitterness.
I was going crazy. I was getting a 90%, man. I was like,
yeah, that's tough.
I'm a tough guy. Yeah.
So, Bill, do you get your coffee beans from the place that has those animals that poop out the coffee beans?
No, I've seen that cartoon, and no, I you know what, Artie? For some reason, I just like chock full of nuts. Maybe it's a New York thing. It is. That's a New York brand.
I
Chock full of
still
nuts.
remember the machines in the supermarket. You pull the bag out, and yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
That and 8
As a
o'clock
kid,
coffee.
getting
8
in
o'clock
trouble and
coffee.
getting yelled at
8
because I was
o'clock.
playing with the machine constantly while mom was shopping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chock full of nuts is that heavenly coffee.
Yeah, beans are tough enough to clean up off a grocery store floor, but those fine grounds, man, that could keep them busy for a long time.
Goodness gracious.
No, Dunkin' is good
chock
too,
full of
Ray. Yep, I agree. I used to buy the Dunkin' beans, but I wouldn't buy them ground. I would, because I had a grinder, and because we went through this phase. where I
Bill,
would grind-
chock full of nuts had restaurants
Oh yeah, sandwich places.
in the yeah.
Yep.
80 something of
automats.
them at one point. Yep.
Yeah, and automats where you used to, which was just one big giant vending machine called a restaurant.
Ay, ay,
Okay.
ay.
Look through the glass and pick out what you want and have enough coins.
Come on.
And at that time, it was nickels, dimes, and quarters.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to places where there was glass and you put coins in, and then this thing would come up and there'd be something back there. But I think that was something different.
Yeah, the automat. I remember, my dad taking us to the Daily News on a tour, the New York Daily News, because that's
Don't
really
fall
where
in
they had
love.
filmed Superman.
Art's on
So
fire.
they had it made up to look like the Daily Planet in the lobby. Okay, and across the street was the automat. So we went to DC Comics, we went to Daily News, and then we had lunch at the automat. That was my dad taking us out for a little outing in New York City.
Cool.
That's
We're
cool.
seeing
That is
Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus at the old Madison Square Garden when Madison Square Garden was actually square. Okay. And, coming into the freak show first as a 7-year-old freaked the shit out of me. Okay. That I really didn't want to stay for the circus at that point. Okay. But
Well,
we used to-
sadly,
we used to-
Ringling Brothers doesn't have animals anymore.
doesn't it
Or a freak
Bailey?
show.
I don't even, or a freak show for that matter. Yeah. The side shows.
As a kid, our visits to New York were usually Haley's Planetarium,
Up at the museum. Yeah.
the Museum of Natural History,
Natural
and the Museum of Art. And we look forward to that, and then we do go on long trips to Bear Mountain, to the lakes. But that's because I went to school in actually Jersey. We left New York when I was, I don't know, I wasn't even quite 4 yet. My parents split up, but those are my memories of New York, is doing that. That and taking a bus to the Port Authority and going and buying a hot dog at Sabret's.
Dirty Water Dogs.
Nathan.
Yeah. Dirty Water Dogs, we call
Or
them.
Nathan's. Didn't the Lincoln have Nathan's, and Sabret's was at the Washington Terminal? Oh, you had one at one and one at the other.
Don't remember. The only place I ever got Nathan's as a kid was in Coney Island. And my father used to take us once a week on Thursdays to White Castles in our neighborhood. And looking back on it, we figured out why Dad religiously took us, but Mom didn't go. So it was the three boys in the Ford Falcon station wagon, a 2-door station wagon. Okay. And we pull in. Dad loved it. It was like we had to be there on time, a certain time. And then we realized a little later, the car hops had hot pants on and skates. And they would bring up your food and it would hang on the window itself, this little tray. Okay.
I remember those. Yep.
And that would be every Thursday. And all Mom wanted was her 4 cheese singles and her fries. Don't forget to get those and bring them back. Okay. And Bill, now we have 2 White Castles here in Vegas.
Really?
One down in Jean, Nevada, and one up in the up by Fremont Street. So
Well, I have an admission right now. I've never actually been in a White Castle.
it's a unique experience.
Wow,
So
they-
we were
they
talking.
had
We
them
were
all
talking
over
about
Michigan.
I just never went in one.
colonoscopies. So White Castles is
Neither
good
have
once
I.
a month. White Castles is good once a month, like a high colonic. Okay. Remember, Bill, when they came out with that marketing thing, they called them sliders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. Now down south, I had something called Crystal Burgers,
We've had crystals down. We got crystals down here.
which was
Well,
I was down in Huntsville, Alabama, on a trip, a business trip, but the only reason to go to Huntsville, by the way, is on business, please. Sorry. But yeah, Crystal Burgers. Now the thing with Crystal Burgers, they were like White Castles, but if you wanted a cardiac situation a little sooner in life, they also had hush puppies as the side. Okay. So I'll tell you, man, nothing nutritional. You should just like apply it topically. Okay.
We had.
Well,
I remember
Tom,
going
you know
to.
why they call them hush puppies?
Why is that?
Because back in the day, they used to fry up little pieces of dough, and they would throw them to the dogs, and it was a lot nicer than saying, "Shut up, shut the fuck up, dogs."
Is
they
that
were
true? You're
called
just
hush-
making up stories.
hush-
I'm wondering, Bill.
Because it's not really dough; it's cornbread. But whatever,
Yeah,
cornbread batter.
cornbread.
Yeah, dropped in a. Yeah. You're making up stories. Yeah.
We
Warren,
had White
you
Castle.
don't
order by the
George,
bag.
you were around. I
You
just never
order
went
by
to
the
one.
sack. By the sack. Okay.
Mhm.
The sack. It was by the sack. You're right. I do.
By
remember
the
that.
sack. Yep.
And I've eaten White Castles. People brought them around, but I've never been in one. And
We had
because
guys-
they were there. I
We had
remember
guys
Goody
bring them
Bird.
into
You
the
remember Goodies?
firehouse. Well, we had guys bring them into the firehouse in a suitcase. White Castles would provide this big blue cardboard suitcase, 120 sliders in the suitcase. Okay.
Wow.
So, and bring them into the firehouse, like a dozen to 14 guys in the fire. They'd be gone in no time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were little square, they were small.
Yeah. And you didn't want to be sitting around the TV in the living room later on when all hell broke loose. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get
Like I
hungry now.
said, better than a high colonic, Bill. Better than a high colonic. Okay.
I got it. My wife broiled up some burgers last night. They're in a bin in the fridge, so I'm just really longing for one right now. White Castles were good. We had a Goodies. I don't know if you remember Goodies hamburgers, but they were
Goodies hamburgers. Yeah, that goes way back.
Goodies.
Yeah.
We got way back. They've been gone a long time.
Yeah.
There was one on Route 17 in that was probably East Rutherford, I think.
Bill, I remember when Wendy's was so
Take care,
juicy,
Matt.
you needed a half a dozen napkins. Now it seems like they dry the crap out of it before they put it on a bun.
Well, it's because they make too much. You know what I mean? Because they're lazy.
Yeah.
They pre-cook so many of them. They put them in a pan, sitting there on the side of the grill, and just heat it up and put it. Back in the day, I worked fast food. I worked at a couple of those companies, and the idea was you were supposed to produce the proper amount based on your sales per hour, based on last week or the previous 3 weeks.
Right.
So, and then you would add maybe 10%. So that in case there was a rush, so nobody had to wait, and your burgers were always fresh that way. But people get lazy, And then if they make a mistake and they make too many, they just change the time on it because they had these little signs based on what time, what time what number the minute hand was pointing at when it came out, and if it sat too long, they just switched the sign. They didn't care. So no, it's not like it used to be.
My first job on the books was working an opening crew at a new McDonald's, and going through Burger U with these cart tapes. You would put in this video display unit, right? And I had to go
seriously. You had to sit in the break room and watch those videos.
And we were an opening crew, so we had a whole week where that's all we did was watch that. Then we had to go to another store and work another store, and then open our new store. And I remember getting ready to throw away a ton of burgers And the assistant manager said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, I watched the tape. Burger U says I got to throw these away." He goes, "Yeah, you're out of school now, kid. This is the real world." Okay. So yeah, from that point on, whenever it was time for my meal, I made it myself fresh.
Right.
Okay. And that's
Well,
also why if you do go into a McDonald's, customize your meal. Get a quarter pounder without onions or something like that, where they have
salt.
to make it.
Just tell them no salt. Just tell them no salt. I'm on a salt-free diet. It could kill me. Please don't give me anything with salt, because they might just give it to you anyway, or scrape it or something. Yeah. Say, look, I have really high blood pressure. I need no sodium, please, no salt.
Meanwhile,
say it like that over the microphone. Yeah. They may actually make you a fresh one.
Meanwhile, the burger has the equivalent of about 3 shakerfuls of salt already in it. So,
God, what else do we say? I used to like Roy Rogers. Are they still around, Roy Rogers?
There's like a smattering of them around. You know, Arby's really shook them out of the game, so to speak.
Crushed them. But Roy Rogers actually had real roast beef instead of that.
Yeah.
That formed, not that
formed
Arby's
stuff.
isn't delicious, because it is delicious. However,
but that's hit and miss too.
Formed.
That's hit and miss.
No, well, I mean, I know guys used to work there, and they would take that formed roast beef before they put it in the oven, and they'd make they put a duck head on it. They would form it into different things. It would cook like that and come out looking like a turkey or a duck or whatever. But no, it's not like it used to be.
Aflac.
Now, once you work in the back shop in some of those places, you don't want to eat out front. Okay, so
we were never. I was never disgusting.
No, I never saw anybody be malicious. Never saw anybody be malicious.
I do. Well, I don't know. Jesse Jackson used to spit on the white people's White Castle burgers. He claimed that.
Huh?
He admitted that. Oh yeah, when he worked at the White Castle, and he admitted that he used to on orders when he knew it was going to white people.
It's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. He felt bad about it later on. You know.
Yeah.
What else was good? Chicken Delight.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Chicken Delight. Yeah. We had one in the neighborhood. That was probably an every other week order. Yeah.
Don't cook tonight.
Mom would actually. That was one of the first places that had a call ahead to pick up. And Mom thought that was just the cutting edge of technology, where she could use the rotary phone and dial Chicken Delight, okay, and then send me 12 blocks to go pick it up at 9 years old, okay.
Uphill.
Yeah, and stop at the candy store around the corner and pick me up 2 packs of Tarryton filters.
Jeez.
Okay.
And they would sell it to you. I mean,
it was. Yeah.
Crazy.
I didn't care. Tarryton, the commercial with the black eye.
The black eye, right? Yeah. And my father smoked Chesterfield Kings filterless, right? And he said that's the reason why he lived so long, because he didn't have those damn filters giving him cancer. Okay, so go figure.
Must be. I know my dad, my natural father. My dad down here is my stepfather. My natural father died very young, 48. But I remember when I was a kid in the city, I know what he smoked because I still remember the packaging. I couldn't read, but I still remember that bullseye on his Lucky Strikes.
Lucky Strikes. Yep. Well, they used to be in the ration kits, the Lucky Strikes.
Yep.
That's why most males in their late teens and early 20s smoke Lucky Strikes in the 40s and 50s, because they came in your ration packs during World War. That and a Hershey bar. Okay, made Hershey rich, made that company what it is today.
Well, there's nothing like the face of a kid when he's eating a Hershey bar.
There you go.
Interesting.
All these old ads, man, they stick with you all these years later.
Yep.
Because
tastes good like a
you didn't have a choice to fast forward through the commercials back then, Bill.
Yeah.
True.
You had to watch them.
But they were catchy.
Like the Marlboro Man. I thought he was the loneliest guy on the planet. Who would want to live that life? He never
Well,
looked
here's a,
happy.
here's a bit
Okay.
of trivia for you. Did you know that Marlboro cigarettes originally was marketed as a woman's cigarette?
Yeah.
And it was a big failure, wasn't selling, and they just flipped the script, and they decided, okay, let's make it a macho cigarette, and they came out with the Marlboro brand.
Interesting.
It
Right,
worked.
ladies and gentlemen, it's time for sticker giveaway.
Am I
So
allowed to
put
enter?
hashtag stickers in the chat, and we'll draw a lucky winner.
Stickers with an S?
Stickers with an S.
How many E's?
Yeah, with 2 E's. Yeah.
Not stick ears or sticks.
Stickers.
You're silly.
I like.
Stickers, yes, I do.
Dominic
Actually, one of my
getting a
favorite
kick
places
out
to
of
eat
that.
when I was a kid, you'd never heard of, it's called Fat Mike's. There's a place on Route 17 in Hasbrook Heights, and it was a super popular because that 17 between 46
Yeah.
and
they're
Route
very
3
popular
right there.
road. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you got Giant Stadium, you
Yeah,
can
right
take 17 and 3
Yeah.
out of it. And this place called Fat Mike's, man, it was so good. But anyway, I thought I'd throw it out there in case somebody might have heard of it. I'm being nostalgic today
TikTok.
because
What about the TikTok?
a guy stopped into work today. His name's Mike Palmieri. I grew up with him. He was one of my childhood friends. His family and our family were very good friends. And he just happened to pop into work today. And all these memories are flooding back now.
Wow.
Because I've only seen him once in the last 40 years.
Bill, TikTok Diner.
TikTok.
Right? It,
Remember the
was
Meadowlands?
that on
the
Route
Meadowlands
3?
Diner?
Yeah. Well, no, you had the TikTok, which was anywhere you
remember
went
that.
along
Why
the
do I remember
corridor,
that?
man, that was a place to stop.
Why do I remember that? I must have gone there because I remember that.
You had to have gone there, Bill. Had to have gone there.
The Meadowlands Diner was really popular. It was too expensive for me because but that's
Oh,
right there.
A&W.
On 17 by
A&W
again by the
still
Meadowlands.
around.
Huh?
A&W root beer. A&W is still around
Yeah.
as a burger joint.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
We have
are
one
they?
in Boulder, Nevada. We have A&W.
Damn it.
All right, folks. Hashtag stickers if you want to win
Wait,
some
don't do it yet.
cool
Make sure everybody spelled it
ArtCo
right.
stickers.
Yeah, they probably spelt it without the S or
Left the E off or
without the I
Yeah.
or the E or the
yeah. Hold on, Artie.
Stickers
or two C.
Snickers.
Hold on. Let me find something here. I don't know if you guys could even hear my sound effects. Let me see. Can you hear this? Did you hear that?
I heard
Yeah,
a
we
beep.
heard that.
Yes.
Okay, you can hear my stuff. Okay. Just checking. Are you sure? Just checking.
Yep.
Okay, are you ready to go?
Not Snickers. Yeah, I'm about ready to go.
Let me know.
Stackers.
Alrighty.
Just
All
gonna
right.
jump off for a sec.
Here we go. Let's draw.
Get ready to rumble.
Yeah, I went too early.
Hey!
Charles Kaluski. I think I have your address. I'm not sure, but if not, send me your address in the Facebook chat. Congratulations, Charles
Galutsky.
Kaluski.
Oh, there it is.
Right.
How about the Greek diners in that area? Oh, Tom's gone.
Oh, where's he going? Oh, okay.
So, how about Sonic? Who likes Sonic?
I do.
I've only
Yeah, I
tried
do.
them once. They were okay.
Yeah, but they used to have the waitresses come out on roller skates, which are not mini skirts, but I just thought it was kind of cool. But they don't do that anymore, unfortunately.
Yep, and yep.
Hey!
Oh, you got the
Is that the six?
six?
That's
Wow.
the 6.
Already.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fast work.
Birthday
Now
gift
you-
to myself.
You know, you can buy the 5 for like $129 now. Is that worth $30 more to get the 6?
Yeah, I
do
think
you
so.
think?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. There's a few new features on it, but I'm going to play around with it. I haven't gotten the new iPhone yet, but I might be pulling the trigger on that soon. But yeah, this is good for running around. I haven't had an Osmo Mobile in got to be 3-4 years. I think 4 years ago was probably the last time I bought one, and they were huge at that point, carry case and everything, you know.
Yeah, I tell you, phones do a
nice
pretty
and
good
light.
job. Phones actually do a pretty good job of video. They really do.
What I like about this is, you know, the built-in selfie stick. Okay. And now this thing is just, you know, the magnet. You don't have to balance anything. It's just clicks right on. And when it clicks right on, it launches the app automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So,
cool.
you know, it's seems to be easy to use, and I can hand it off to the wife, and, you know, she can have fun with it.
Fuck. Sorry.
There you go.
So what did you say, Bill? Greek diners? Remember, I grew up in Astoria, Queens. More Greeks in Astoria than there are in Athens. Okay.
Yeah, we
that's
have a similar situation in Melbourne. We've got the third largest Greek population outside of Athens.
So you got to have some greasy spoon diners there, Dominic.
Oh, we had a shitload of them.
All right,
there's nothing better than a Greek run diner.
Yes, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off, buddy. And,
24 hours a day. You can order an egg sandwich. The guy next to you will order, you know, shrimp scampi. You know, because they have everything at all times, 24 hours a day. There was a Greek diner on 17 or 3? You know what? I'll have to reach out to my friends and find out the name of that place, because it was there forever and it was so good. But I'm getting old and I can't remember the name of it.
I think I know the one you're talking about, Bill.
It was a really well-known diner. The place was busy 24 hours.
It's like a semicircular on the front, if I remember it right. Huge parking lot.
But yeah, 3 or 4 within walking distance for me. They just.
I miss that out here, Dominic. I miss having a good Greek diner out here.
Yeah.
Like you said, Bill, any hour of the day. When I was working up in the South Bronx, you know, about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to get a meal break and rolling into a Greek diner on 167th off of Grand Concourse.
Yeah, we've got a 24-hour. Well, you'd call them gyros. I think we call them souvlakis.
Well, actually, it's pronounced hero, but yes, we all call them gyros.
Two different things. Gyros and souvlaki is not the same thing.
Yeah. Gyros and Slovakia are different things, but the correct way to pronounce gyro is hero. Yeah, because if you ask for a gyro in Astoria, Queens, they'll say Malacca.
Malacca's. They'll probably knife you as well.
When I had souvlaki was.
We'll call them gyros.
Was chunks of lamb. They used a cucumber dressing on there and cucumbers, and tomatoes, lettuce, and like that. Where a hero was shaved, that shaved lamb, the composite lamb.
Shaved lamb.
So,
yes.
Stacks of lamb. Yeah.
It would go around on the spit. Yeah. Right. It get charred on the spit, and they'd shave off the charring. Right. I tell you, one of the best places I've had a gyro is in Antwerp, in Belgium. A large Greek community there. But what they would do is they would slice the lamb and then stack it on the spit. So they would create that big meat tower, but it was slices of lamb all the way up. And it was just amazing. And the amount they gave you, it was like going to Katz's Diner and getting a pastrami sandwich that you could feed a family of 12.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We have the same thing down here. We've also got late night kebab joints.
I just thought I'd show you how childish I am. This is what I was. Can you see? Aren't they pretty? Look, different colors.
Oh, very nice.
We're talking about. Oh, isn't that nice? I decided to increase the airflow on my case, so I had one 120 in the front here, so I replaced it with two 140s. So I have 280 in. This is my. Oh God, look at that mess back there. Let's move on. There we go. Oh God, you can still see it. Set up rainbow. I don't know. I just thought I'd show it. I was doing this when we were live, and I had my case apart, and I never turned the computer off. I hooked it all up with the power going because I'm stupid. But anyway, so there you go. So I have LED because you can see you can see in here. There's like almost nothing in here. The only LED that's in here is my video card. So a little color, little.
Hey, Ray, I've eaten there, Ray. Greek Island Diner in Wading River. Yep.
Mm.
I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah. Well, it's coming up to lunch for me, so that's good.
Yeah, we're doing. We're gonna make a antipasto salad tonight. So some good.
I got plenty of food in there that I got to eat. My
salami,
wife made a
good
big
prosciutto, some fresh mozzarella.
Oh, lovely.
Be good. Some sweet Italian.
Mr. B, you like your RGB? You know, I showed that last night on Matt's stream, and Justin said something about a gay nightclub. I don't know. But I, you know, and I'm very secure in my masculinity.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at it right now, and it just makes me happy.
Yeah.
I got that, and then I got my little colorful keyboard doing that stuff. You know, and I got my mouse changing colors. But it's only fun for 5 minutes, you know, then you don't even look at it again. I didn't mind having a little light inside the thing, and really I did it for the bigger fans.
Oh, wow.
And I took that 120 and I put it at the top. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fans in there. Because eventually I'm going to upgrade.
Yeah.
The little color's fun. Now, I've never been to the Blue Oyster Bar, Mr. JRC, and I know what you're referencing there.
Yes.
You savage.
Saturday movies.
Pretty cool. I don't believe how light this thing is. I was expecting it to be much heavier, but yeah,
that's part of this. That was part of it. They actually said it was lighter.
Yeah, that's part of the upgrade, obviously.
Yeah,
making it lighter.
Well, where in the heck?
RGB RAM, RG. Okay, I didn't think it was worth it.
I didn't do the RAM. Yeah, I didn't do the RAM either.
But when I built it, I thought I don't need RGB. I'll never look at it. And then it's like, wow, it's really dark in there. You know, I mean, and frankly, I was going to buy one. These were only $23 a piece. How much would I have saved by not getting the RGB? You know, and this motherboard I have is got. I can you know, through my BIOS change it from DC to PWM so that I can control the fan curve and so I played around with that, you know, and also MSI has Mystic Lights, which is free software, so I could change the colors and play around with it. So, but then why not? I'll play around with it. I'll enjoy it. And what did I spend? Like maybe $5 extra for the fan because it's got RGB? I don't care. That's fine. You know, but it looks pretty good. Yeah. I mean, eventually there's going to be a triple AIO on there, and those two are going to be up in the top. And I'm going to have, you know, when I eventually upgrade my CPU, because I bought the Alder Lake, but I went with the 6-core, you know, with the i5. I'm sorry, I'm boring everybody. Hi, TJ. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I just upgraded my system, though. I went.
Did you? I went budget build.
Myself.
I went budget build, but I'm gonna do the video card soon because I'm gonna get a 30 series. Because the prices are finally coming down because the 40s are coming out, and I'm not doing a 40. The 40 series, more information that comes out is insane. You're gonna have to upgrade. You're gonna have to upgrade to an ATX3 a power supply. Oh, you don't have to. You can use an adapter. No, you want an ATX3 because the ATX3 actually communicates, and there's the possibilities of melting wires and fires.
Yeah, because it's not. It has to go in its native format.
Anyway, I have an ATX2.
No adapters.
Power supply. I'm not buying a new power supply right now. I have a 750 ATX2. I'm not updating to a 1,000 or 1,200 ATX3 so that I can buy the latest video card. Not this year, not next year. Maybe 5 years from now, but not now.
But that's the trouble. If you always go with the latest, you're going to have to keep upgrading every time the latest thing comes out.
Nah.
So you build to your needs rather than build to everybody else's needs.
Right.
I'm eyeballing 3070s with LHRs.
3070 is a good start. Yeah.
I can get them for $500, 512.
Hey. Ah, great.
Yeah, let's talk analytics.
Yeah, analytics. One of my favorite topics.
That's because the first 4 letters kind of float your boat, don't they?
Definitely.
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's why I like it. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Mudball is
Sorry.
right.
I went into the PC realm there, but anyway, because I'm still running a GTX 1066 gig. A lot of people are, because I'm not really gaming much. In fact, my favorite game came out in 2005, so I'm not that concerned about the gaming part. But as far as editing and so on and so forth, that's the only reason I'm not getting a 6700 XT, because those are really good value-wise. They're a really good deal right now. You can get them for less than $400, and it's a very good card.
Yeah, you got.
But if you're into creativity, video editing like that, you're still a little better off with the NVIDIA.
I wound up going Intel, and I have an i9 12900K.
You do have the 1290K. Well,
so that's 16 core, 24 thread. I have 128 gig of the new DDR5 memory.
What are you calling them?
It's their built-in system right now with the special coolant, and have a GeForce 3090 in there.
Oh my gosh! Well, that's all.
Like I said, you know what? It's been a while when I treated myself. Had a little. I overpaid into my pension just a little bit, so I wound up saying, "Hey, I'm going to future-proof myself, because this motherboard is actually ready for next gen also." The way they set up this new motherboard, so I figured, what the heck?
Well, it's 1700. It's an LG 1700. So I mean, they do have Raptor Lake coming out.
Yeah,
and
the DDR5.
So I might wait for that, because, like I said, I just went with the i5 12.4 for now, just to save some money, because my old system was AMD, and I went to the dark side, went Intel.
Yeah, and
again. It's been many years, many decades actually, and because AMD was the value thing, But I was fine with my 32 gigs of RAM and my FX 8 core. What the hell?
Well, there was a reason why I selected the high end i9 12900, because of its ability with even though you have an NVIDIA GeForce 3090. The ability to handle the codecs. The Intel can handle the codecs. Okay? People don't realize that, even the high-end NVIDIA cards have trouble with some of the codecs out there, some of the video codecs. So I went with the higher end. I'm getting no bottleneck at all. Okay? Rendering is a piece of cake now. But like anything else, this will outgrow itself at some point in time. But I got several years ahead of me before that.
My 750, I wouldn't want to put a 39 either. So it draws too much power. I got
120 on the power supply.
120? I mean 1200.
I'm sorry, 1200 watt power supply. Yeah. So
now my 750, I could probably get away with a 3080. But they're still high. They're still high.
Yeah,
we'll
but
I want to hold up to Black Friday and see what happens.
NVIDIA is giving a ton of rebates, because these cards aren't worth what they were so they actually have to give these vendors. These vendors bought a shitload of these high 3000 series cards that they instead of NVIDIA sticking them with those cards. They're actually giving them big manufacturer rebates. The
Here's what I'm
4000s are
running.
out there.
I have an
So-
AMD Ryzen 7 1700.
That's a 1700X. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great processor, Mr. B. Yep. It's a good system. Yep.
And my main board is
Well, that's an
Asus.
8-core. Yeah, that's 8 cores. So that's plenty.
Yep. And graphics is RX 550.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And memory is 16 DDR4.
Only 16 gig.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised there, Rod. You having no problems with just the 16 gigs?
Nope. No problem.
What do you use? What's your editing program?
I'm using Filmora 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should be fine with that. Yeah.
No,
I was
not
going to say
Windows
because
Movie Maker?
well, if you're using Premiere Pro 2022, she's going to just kick and scream and holler at you.
Yeah, probably.
You want at least 30. You want at least 32 for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but I mean, the next jump's going to be 60. I have 32 now, but 64, but I'm still DDR4 though.
Yeah.
I went DDR5 4800 on.
Right.
Yeah. Because it was available.
It's all bleeding edge.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's
I
all-
mean,
it's all time.
I couldn't really get anything else in this other than that, so I didn't complain about the DDR5 at all.
Yeah. Where does it end? Because it's a race to the bottom.
It doesn't, Dominic. It doesn't.
It's a race to the bottom each time. Because once you get
the first machine I had was an 8081 IBM 8081. Okay.
Yeah.
With a 3.5-inch floppy. No, I'm sorry, 5 1/4-inch floppy, single-sided, single density.
Yep.
Running D-base.
Yep.
You'd have to swap the discs out, right?
Yep.
But we were using what we call trash 80s.
Yep.
Handy
that's what I learned.
Radio Shack to dispatch apparatus in New York City.
Yeah.
The dispatch system was running on trash 80 machines.
Yeah.
With 8-inch floppies.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
8-inch freaking floppies.
Yeah. I used the Trash 80 Model 2 with
Those old 8 inches. Holy
8-inch
shit.
floppies on it. That's how I learned.
Yep.
That's where I learned COBOL and Fortran.
And our CAD system, computer aided dispatch system was written in COBOL.
Yeah. That's where I learned the programming.
Yeah.
I
Which,
have
by the way,
I'm
they
at
just
Sinclair
upgraded the
1000.
dispatch system about 10 years ago. Okay?
Yeah.
From COBOL. Okay? Yeah.
You know, it's what's interesting is that there are actually airports that are still running on Windows 3.1.
Hey.
Yeah, it's
Well,
scary.
you know what? Well, you can't hack them because they're sandboxed. You can't get in there,
Right.
and they still work.
Mhm.
You know, and
it's amazing.
It works.
We're fortunate to live in the times we live in, especially if you enjoy technology.
Yeah.
Look, if the automotive industry was as innovative as the IT industry, we'd be driving at the speed of light, getting 186,000 miles to the gallon. Okay.
Wouldn't that be
So, if you look at computer technology, the advances within just an 18-month period would blow you away.
It's Moore's law.
Yeah.
It moves with the speed of technology. And the more technology we have, the more technology we use. It's the same as hard disks. The bigger the hard disk, the more you're going to use it.
Absolutely. I mean, I got a NAS here, okay, with 14 terabyte just in the NAS.
Yeah.
And that's not my primary storage.
Yeah.
Okay. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And therefore, I got a triplet under the table.
Yeah.
Okay. That in case anything goes wrong, that picks up all the power. It's not a small unit.
Yeah,
because all of this just demands energy too.
Yeah.
5, 6,
As I said,
7.
the more power you have, the more power you use.
Yeah.
And the
I
more
probably use just as much power, even though I downsized the, our home when we came out here. I probably use a little more power than I used back in New York, but I pay a fraction of what I paid in New York.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
my electric bill in New York was $300 to $320 a month. Okay, and that wasn't during the summer. In the summer, it could go as high as $380. Okay, with window AC units in the house.
yeah.
Okay, out here with central air and everything else, and I don't have 2 pages of franchise fees and taxes like I had in New York, so I pay about $170 a month now in electric.
Mm.
You got me beat. I got 8 terabytes of storage in here. I thought I was doing good. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
You know, the problem with all the storage is you have to upgrade your storage every few years. You have to move stuff every few years because the storage becomes antiquated. Just like CDs and DVDs. People said they'll last forever. Oh, no, they don't. They delaminate.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't find out until the worst possible time when you go looking for that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I still like optical drives. I have a Blu-ray burner.
Yeah. It's a progression. You know, we went from 8-inch floppies. We went from reel to 8-inch floppies.
Reel to reel.
5-inch, 3.5-inch, small USB sticks, and then SD cards, and then the progression through that. And
about punch cards.
Flash cards.
Yep.
Punch cards, though, also.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where we.
That's old school.
I remember. See, in the Navy, I was a corpsman on a carrier, and actually in an air wing. But I hung out with the guys up in the Radio Shack a lot because that's where we would play spades. Okay. And they used to get radio traffic on tape, but a punch tape, like you said, Art. Okay. Yep. Much like you'd run a CNC lathe machine with.
Yeah.
And the petty officers would have to be able to read that to validate it sometimes. But the funniest thing was they had the crypto decoders. Okay, I had a high security clearance because I picked pilots up out of the water. So the radio men used to have to wipe this platen in order to put this punch card up. And that was the crypto code, the cipher code for that period, whether it was a 12 or 16-hour period. But to wipe the face of the machine, they needed a special kind of material. And that material was currency paper. Now, they would not provide the U.S. military with currency paper, the Treasury Department, because God knows what you could do with that stuff. Yeah. So every day, and I was there playing cards one day on numerous occasions to witness it, a member of the dispersing unit, finance, a dispersing clerk in the Navy, would come up with a fresh dollar bill. And the radio men would take it, and that's what they would wipe the surface with. Okay? And, you know, what was funny was I said, do you guys forget to give him back? He goes, no, the guy stands outside until we're done with it, and we got to hand him the dollar back. Okay? Now, when we used to leave port, when we used to deploy, now I came out of an air wing, so we would fly out of Alameda and join the ship out in harbor. But there'd be numerous armored cars pull up to the ship. Okay, because the Navy back in those days ran on cash as far as paying sailors. And they used to put millions and millions and millions of dollars on board ship. Okay. Wow. And on the 15th and 30th, we'd line up outside the dispersing clerk's office to get our pay. And we'd be paid in cash, unless you had disbursements that went to family, you know, something like that. But, yeah, I remember all the, you know, there were plenty of talk on board ship about somebody knocking over the ship one day, okay, for the millions of dollars. But yeah, and guys would lose money in the 2 weeks they were out at sea. We'd be out at sea. The longest I was out at sea was 54 days straight on operations. Okay, Guys would go broke in 2 weeks. You got paid on board ship. Where you going? But yeah, we had Gee Dunk. We had like a candy store. We had a little department store on board. But mainly it was gambling, and it was paying off the loan sharks. 10 for 12, 20 for 24.
Airmen in the water.
Well, I only picked up the cute ones, Bill.
I'm sorry. When you said that, I was dying to throw a joke out, and I didn't want to interrupt you because what you were saying was very interesting, but I just had to throw that stupid joke out eventually. Picking up airmen in the water.
Look, it was only because of aviators that I got to try balut. Okay, Bill? Have you ever tried balut?
No, and I would never will.
So let me tell you something, buddy. Oh, okay, so Dominic, balut, by the way, is a fertilized duck egg that they bury, and then they steam them. Okay?
Yeah.
But there are pieces in there, okay? It's it doesn't go down easy. But one thing I will tell you is after a couple of 6-packs of San Miguel beer, you'll be straighter than a nail. You have one of those. I thought they were pickled eggs, Bill. I really did, because one of the lieutenant commanders said to me, "Hey, get over here, kid." Because we hung with the pilots. So they were like, "Get over here, kid. You got to try one of these." And I see this thing sitting in what looked like a purple jar, purple liquid. I thought it was a deviled egg. And I said, I can, Irish. I grew up, I was an Irish kid growing up in Queens. We were in the bar all the time. Man, yes, a duck egg. Yes.
He's calling you Duck Egg Tom. That's your new name, I guess.
Please. You can call me whatever you want. You're never going to call me to have another balut again. I'm sorry, dude. Okay. And they, Dominic, they'll claim it's an aphrodisiac.
No, okay.
Okay. I look. Try it. Let me know if you like it, Bill. Come on, man.
Never.
And if you mentioned it to your wife, what would she say? Oh, they're good. Yes.
I'm not sure that she'll eat it either. My Filipino wife, but she does like dinaguan.
Ooh.
Made from pork blood, pork that black stew made from pork blood.
Well, they let nothing go to waste on that pig, baby.
No.
Nothing goes to waste on that pig. Okay.
I won't. There's a lot of stuff she makes. It's awesome. Like adobo and
I agree with you, Mr. B.
Pancet, and like she makes pancet bihon.
Yeah, pancet. Adobo chicken.
Yeah. But some of that stuff, no.
Well,
no,
Art, that's going to demonetize you right there. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. The new policies.
I need a drink. I'll be right back. Be right back.
We used to have, what was it? The Commodore 64 and the Commodore 128. And remember they were tape driven, right? Cassette tape. Okay, so it didn't, it was magnetic tape. It was just magnetic media. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the 128, that was groundbreaking.
That one had sound on it.
Yeah.
Oh man, the games we could play on that, right?
Yep.
Sound,
yeah. Mm-hmm. How about the TI 99?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was if you were going to be serious about things. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had a time at Sinclair 1000. It was the size of a little paperback book.
I remember when you were cool when you had a TI calculator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and the one that did graphing. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You were something special then. Okay.
Yeah.
You could graph a curve on that bad boy.
Oh yeah, you're right. The Amiga.
Oh, the Amiga. Yes. Yeah, I'll agree with you. The Amiga was a giant step up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really great graphics on that.
Boy, what a diverse discussion. We're going from fried pig intestines to Commodore 128s and Amigas, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. To balut, which is basically duck embryo in a shell. Ugh.
Yeah.
Commodore
could
64.
definitely choke on that,
I had
man.
I had a 164 at a 128. We had the VIC 20.
The VIC 20. Yeah.
I was a Commodore.
Yeah, I did that as well.
I had the
Hey,
tape
who
drive with
remembers
5 1/4.
Coleco? Remember Coleco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coleco, yeah. Yeah.
Coleco
Who was
Vision.
one who was the early one making the games for the Commodore 120? It was Electronic Arts was an original player in the game, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
They were one of the original players and still around today, I believe. I believe they were bought by somebody. What's the flavor on that one, Bill?
I like this
Blueberry,
one.
it looks like.
Oh, blueberry
Yeah,
and
blueberry.
acai. So that's supposed to be
That's
good
right.
for you too, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I feel healthier already.
There you go.
Yep, we had all that. I had all that stuff, but I really felt like I was styling when I got that 5 1/4 floppy for that Commodore.
Yeah.
Instead of that slow ass tape drive.
The tape drive.
You felt like a VIP.
I was online with that. I had my 300 baud modem.
Yep.
And I would got on something called Rabbit Jack's Casino. This was through Quantum Link was the online service, and Rabbit Jack's Casino was actually ahead of its time. You could actually type text while you were playing cards with people online. There was magazines in there. There was email, which actually went on the real internet.
Right.
You were on an intranet,
The
in its
message
heyday.
boards.
In its heyday, they had 300,000 users, which was really big.
I had
back
a
then.
4-digit CompuServe number, ID number.
Oh,
I did CompuServe. Yeah. I did all of them. I did Prodigy for a little bit.
I never did AOL.
Well, AOL.
AOL.
There's my next trivia thing. Quantum Link was solely a Commodore 64 service, and I had eventually moved on. I had 286s, 386, 486, and I was online. I was dialing up long distance to get internet. In any case, we got a hold of a complete Commodore 64 setup, which even had the real monitor instead of using the 13-inch color TV like everybody did.
Yeah.
And the print, dot matrix printer, Berkeley software. I mean, it was a full setup, and I got it for free. So I reached out to Commodore, to Quantum Link, and I said, "Well, no, in about 6-7 months, we're going to be gone because we've gone into the PC market. Perhaps you'd like to try that." And the other part of this trivia is the fact that Quantum Links was from Vienna, Virginia. And if that sounds familiar to you, is Quantum Link became America Online.
Right.
That's what America Online was before it was a Commodore 64 service. And but they were nice to me. It was like, what, we'll give it to you for free until it's gone. So I had it for like 6-7 months for nothing and I'd set that up for my kid. But that's my little trivia for you. But I did do America Online, but I did dial long distance to get into the node though, because where I lived, and that was awful. I was very excited in '94 when Epix came out, and I was dialing up the internet in. It wasn't PPP. It was. These are different internet protocols. It was SLIP.
Yeah.
SLP.
SLIP. Yeah. I remember being on light duty working in the operations center, and because I was a Commodore 64 guy, I had played with some trash 80s. So I was the guy who was going to run the computer. And so we had an 8083 at that time, an AT, IBM AT. Mm-hmm. And I had DBase on it, and I was supposed to be tracking jobs through it, right? And I was actually playing this green screen air traffic controller game. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then when the chief came by and he said, "Hey, Dowling, how you doing with that? That's really cool stuff, huh?" And he came around and you would hit, the control and the H key, hide, and then a spreadsheet would come up.
Yeah.
Okay. And he'd go, "Wow, man, I couldn't even figure that out." I go, "I know, Chief. It's pretty cryptic, huh?" Yeah. Keep up the good work. And off we'd go. And resume, play air traffic controller.
Yeah.
It didn't make any noise. So, you weren't getting found out that way.
I used to like to hit the bulletin boards with my 286, then my 486, and then my Pentium 100. I
The
bought a
message
Pentium
boards,
100,
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that was badass. That was a lot of money. And but I enjoyed the BBSs. I used to log into them, and again, we'll dial long distance. I lived in the country, but we used to play games. Used to play massive multiplayer blah blah blahs, and it was fun. It was fun. You know what I mean? But then when you were able to actually start playing first person shooters online,
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure.
you know, after the 386 came out.
Well, when they first started releasing the Windows 3.11 or Windows 3.1 was the first, and 3.11 for work groups, right?
Yeah, right.
There was a big discussion about taking, solitaire off. Take solitaire off. We can't have any games on this. And the other side of that coin was no. That's how people are going to learn how to use the interface. Okay, that's how they learned how to use the mouse by moving card from here to here, right?
Remember Free Cell?
Yeah,
Free Cell. Yep. Sure. Yeah, taught people how to use a mouse and a keyboard, huh?
Yep.
I used to have to drop out of Windows because I only had 4 megs of RAM.
Wow.
And so I would have to drop out of Windows so that I could game online from DOS. And I used to use DOS PPP to dial up my modem.
First it was PC DOS, right?
Yeah.
Then MS DOS.
Well, no, DOS PPP was a dialing program.
Was that was the yeah.
I used to have to tweak so that I can get my best pings. Playing in on these servers that was through
Leisure Suit Larry. Yep.
Overlay through
Yeah.
Kali. I'd play
I
Doom.
remember getting sticker shock, getting a phone bill because of not connecting to it. And I was in New York City, so there were local numbers, but for some reason I couldn't connect to them. And I was using a Jersey 201 area code number. And then I got the home phone bill. Oh boy, was I in trouble with that.
No, it wasn't. It was that 201's Northeast Jersey, so you were close.
No, but back in the day, there was no long distance included in anybody's bill. Okay.
No, I know. I had a $300 phone bill from playing Doom online 1 month, and I thought my wife was going to divorce me. I wish she did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well. Yeah.
Anyway, this is my second wife. But
that was my first.
Yeah, I used to play Doom, and I used to play Descent online. Descent
was another one. Yep.
Very, very cool. Not only was it horizontal, it was also up and down. So it was
Wolfenstein? What?
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, was the first. That was really the groundbreaker as far as first person.
That was the precursor. That was a precursor to Doom. Yeah, written by the same guys, ID Software. Yeah.
And you're right, Andrew. Doom is still around. Yeah.
Where are you, James? We're waiting for you.
He was in the chat a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I saw him there. He's probably eating his waffles.
Yeah. Pancakes.
We want to hear about the different forms of building homes in the Philippines. The ACC blocks instead of the concrete hollow blocks.
It's talking about cell phones again. I had a bag phone too. I had my RCA bag phone. No, Motorola bag phone.
Motorola, yeah. Big bag phone, yeah.
They're good.
I had it in a briefcase. Yeah, I had one in a briefcase. Then we had the mobile. The mobile was actually the first I think we had in the vehicle was the mobile. And you had to go into the Motorola shop but we were we were a Motorola shop to begin with, with radios. Got a little disaster here. Knocked over.
Oops.
If you ever watch the first few seasons of NCIS, we're using Motorola flip phone.
Yeah. I always think that's.
I wish I had it handy. I got one of those still laying around here somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Motorola, I remember having a Motorola.
But before that, Artie, was when the bag phones, it wasn't a flip phone. It was actually a long phone.
It's a big bag phone. It's about the
bag
phone.
You get 50 minutes.
The same size as my drone case now.
Your $50 a month got you 50 minutes of cell service. 50, and then but after that they charge you by the minute.
Yeah.
And God, it was just too cool not to use. And I mean, such
Hey guys,
high
I'm going to jump off. Besides
Okay.
just busting up a computer monitor.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you're right.
Just crack the monitor. It's actually an all-in-one.
Oh.
It's an all-in-one
Oh.
separate PC over here. Just fell on. Hit the corner. Hit the corner of the keyboard. So
that sucks. That's why I don't like all-in-ones. That sucks.
yeah, I don't like them either, but it was a.
Well,
was
you
a
can still put an external monitor on it.
Well, I got to see if it's still covered under the Dell warranty.
Oh.
I got to see. And, yeah, little chip in the corner just blew out half the screen.
Oh,
boy.
Yep, better days. Okay, gents, I got to take the wife out for dinner.
All right,
anyway.
take care, Tom.
Okay,
Thanks
for have a good one. Okay, talk soon.
Nice little stroll down memory lane there. I enjoyed
Memory
that.
lane. You ain't kidding, bro. It was a stroll, all right. Take care, all.
All right.
Yeah.
What happened to Artie? Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie.
I don't know. I think he had something else to do, or
Our conversation was too old for him. He's just, born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember. He doesn't remember.
Yeah, they're talking about ancient stuff. I'm not interested.
Yeah, punch cards are a little bit too much for him.
Yeah.
For those who had Commodore 64s, do you remember CSI 5 Trading Company? God, I enjoyed that game, and I would play it today. Never mind. I won't get into descriptions. It'll bore the crap out of you. If anybody's out there that remembers that, let me know. Because I used to install emulators and then play them on Windows.
Yeah,
just for fun.
emulators were the big thing back in the day. Yeah.
I must have had literally 500 games for that Commodore.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, I used to really be into gaming for just about a year or so, and then I guess I just got it out of my system, and then just like,
No, I haven't played games in about 15 years.
Yeah.
I still like first-person shooters. I'm running software now because what happened was GameSpy went out of business, and they supported a bunch of Blizzard software, a bunch of EA Games software, where they were the servers that tracked all your stats. So I had played Battlefield 2 for so many years. I have a couple 100,000 kills. And all the stats were about to disappear. So two guys. Two different organizations sucked down the databases and set up their own servers and continued on. And the one that I donated my money to is gone now, but there's still another one, and I can still play that ancient ass. It came out in the summer of 2005. I can still play that game online right now if I wanted to, which is kind of cool because I still like it. Of course, Blizzard's still around. Blizzard's big. Blizzard's
who remembers an arcade game called Tempest?
Called what?
Tempest.
Yeah,
that's where you had it's like you're in a funnel and you're shooting into it and you're trying to knock out parts, that come up at you, and you shoot at them. And when you got to a higher number, you got the shape would change. Google it. Called Tempest.
I will. I may have played it. I just might not remember. You got the original StarCraft, and I have the original Warcraft. I played StarCraft. Andrew. I've got Warcraft in there. Warcraft is and StarCraft were both Blizzard. But Blizzard also did World of Warcraft as well. So they're still pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 3-dimensional arcade game. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. And there are YouTube channels that show you what it looks like.
Yeah. Back in the day, we never had YouTube channels to watch gaming.
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah, some of those guys that got way back then, now they're up to like 20 million subscribers or more.
Oh, that'd be
Probably
fun.
closer to 100 million by now.
Okay.
Yeah, Tempest. That's right.
Here's a game I never finished that I'd like to play.
Fear. Oh,
Fear. It's actually spooky, scary. And then there's, as long as guys are bringing it up,
and
Medal of
Doom.
Honor. That was a big one.
Doom.
Oh,
I played that.
Battlefield 2142.
Yep.
But I've got.
And how about Space Invaders? Do you remember
Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
Let's go back to Pong.
Asteroid.
Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Mm-hmm.
Still got my games.
And Pong and what was Donkey Kong.
Yep, Donkey Kong.
Who can remember? Who can forget about Donkey Kong? And,
Donkey Kong.
Centipede. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Centipede was fun.
Galaxia or Galaga.
Yeah, Galaga. Yeah, I remember playing that.
Yep, that was a fun one. And what was the one that had the little blocks that would come down? You tried to get one.
Tetris.
Huh? Tetris, yes.
Well, Tetris is still
fun.
around. Yeah, this Warcraft 2 BattleNet Edition. This is from 2004. There you go. That's a Blizzard title.
Yeah. And Dragon Slayer. Johnny.
Quake 2.
Dragon Slayer. Quake. Yep.
Dragon Slayer. Yep. Yep. GoldenEye.
Doom 3.
Doom.
Actually, I bet you. I wonder if that'll install. To try that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fear was a good game.
Mm.
I'll have to try them out. Oh, like that, Mr. Bay? He's still sitting right over there. You can't really install them on Windows 11 without all kinds of hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember GoldenEye?
Yeah.
Pitfall?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have an optical drive to be able to install these things. You see.
Mm.
Or you can go to Steam, and they've got the modernized versions of them ready to go.
Wow.
Well, Warcraft 2 was fun. I mean, that's third person. You're building. It's like Command and Conquer. Remember Command and Conquer?
Yeah, Command and Conquer. That was another great game.
How about Sim City?
Another one I've just thought of.
Sim City.
Yeah, Total Annihilation, Age of Empires 1, 2, and 3. It was another really great game.
Well, Steam is still big, Johnny D. You know, actually, they're really big. You know, I mean, you can get whatever you want on Steam. I have Steam on this computer right now.
Yeah, a lot of games still there.
But anyway, so where's James?
Oh yeah, he was in the chat for a bit. I don't know.
We're running out of steam.
Where is he?
Yeah, just waiting for James.
You can always get an external mic, Mr. B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember back 4 or 5 years ago when I started this channel, and
this channel and all the other channels,
and all the just everything was just screwed up. But the quality of the internet has really gotten better. Hey, let's welcome all the way from Lipa City.
There he is.
Philippines.
There he is.
The prop one, James Tanner. Welcome.
Hey, finally.
Good morning.
He's finished.
One last game mention. Half-Life.
Yeah.
Ooh, there we go.
That was a good one.
Oh, all those old games. Yeah, I've been listening to you guys. I played.
James, you sound like you're in a barrel.
Am I?
You
Okay,
did.
maybe I got the wrong.
Sounds like he's in a phone box.
Maybe I have the wrong. Hold on.
You got the wrong mic.
Maybe I got the wrong mic here. Yeah, I just set this up really quick. Mike, oh, that's what it is. Tell me if this is.
This is better.
Yeah.
There we
much
go.
better.
Yeah,
Way better.
I mean,
Says,
it
like,
doesn't do
a whole new
any
world.
good to doesn't do any good to have one of these things if you're using your internal mic on your laptop.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was listening to
So
you guys
you're
about all.
indoors today.
Well, yeah. I wasn't going to come in this morning because we have a typhoon that's about to hit us. It's Sunday. Today is Sunday here, and I'll go ahead and share with you. I use a little really neat program here called Earth, and Earth is it will be here. Take a look at this. This is what we're looking at right now. So, you see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if you go exactly to the west of where the center of this typhoon is, that's Villa
Go right
Feliz
over
here.
you.
It's good. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to. This is totally. Last week when they were doing the tracking on this, it was totally different. The tracking was actually, the upper island that you see that it's about to hit. That is Luzon. That's one of the three big islands here. That's what we live on. The original tracking forecast of everybody had it actually not even to the center was not going to even touch Luzon. It was going to be to the north of Luzon, like heading towards Taiwan and all. And so, but the tracking totally changed, and it's heading towards us right here.
Half-Life was fun.
So today is one of those days I have to start securing some of the stuff that's outside in the yard and putting it down the basement so that we can get through this. But I still managed to make it here with you guys because you guys are really important to me. You know that.
Yeah.
Move to your right a little bit, James. We got glare.
Oh, you're right there. How about that?
There we go.
Yeah, right
That's
behind.
better.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to block that. That's yeah. But that's really not
Loved
sun.
your latest video, James.
Oh,
that was
thank you.
very interesting about the different components that you're using for building homes out there.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was the AAC blocks. I was contacted by one of the homeowners or the property owners here, and he said, "Hey, James," he says, "I got a new kind of build." He says, "Would you be interested in sharing that with your viewers?" And I asked him about it. So, what makes it new? And he said, "Well, I'm using this thing called AAC blocks instead of concrete hollow blocks." And I'm like, so I did a little bit of research on that. And I'm like, oh man, this kind of falls right in line with what people are asking. They're always asking me, is there anything you can do for insulation? What type of insulation can you use? And this is like, it's not a fully insulated, but it's like the next step, the next logical step from concrete hollow blocks or formworks and stuff like that. So for those in the chat, hi everybody in the chat. If you're interested in building techniques and stuff like that, especially here in the Philippines, things with concrete, it's probably going to be. I anticipate that this is going to be a really big episode because it's sort of a game changer. Although that what I said inside the video is it's not highly available in stores around here. You got to go to manufacturing plants.
Right.
It's only in like big areas where they make it, like Manila and Cebu and places like that. So, but yeah, it was really interesting, and we're going to follow up. I have to do a follow-up video because after I did that video and I posted it, I had some concerns, and I actually went back to the homeowner after I got done because I needed to do a thumbnail screenshot for. I forgot to do that, so I went back over there and I bumped into the owner, and I said, I got some concerns about some of the way they're putting this stuff together. I'm not that familiar with it, and I don't want to alarm you. I said, but I have some questions, and I think you should ask your contractors some of the questions about these, and it had to do with the way they're laying some of them, the way they're not filling in some of the special adhesive. Because they're only like buttering it on the horizontal plane on the top and the bottom. They weren't putting it in over 50% in between the side by side where the blocks go together. And I'm like, logically in my mind, you should have a seal all the way around to prevent things like later on if you get a crack in your plastic, and not your plastic coat, in your skim coat, keep things from like termites, insects, moisture,
Right.
anything from penetrating and stuff like that. And he said, no, they because we walked around. He said, no, they did it all the way around. I'm sure they did. And I said, well, come here. And I showed him all the spots, and you could see
Michael,
sunlight.
Thank you. That'll be a delayed cha-ching.
But you could see sunlight through the in between each one of the blocks inside there. And he said,
I noticed that the blocks didn't overlap either. It was almost like they didn't stacking them.
Yeah, I really only showed you a very small segment, and the overlapping that they had in the area that you were looking at, where they were demonstrating how they put the adhesive, the 2 to 3 millimeters of the concrete adhesive inside there. Their overlap was only like 3 inches, and normally you try to do 50%. That gives you your strongest wall. If you have an overlap 50%, not like way down here like this. So I didn't raise my concern on that to him, but I'll be doing a follow up with him very soon.
Right.
So I'll speak probably tomorrow, and not for a video, but just to raise some of the concerns. Because what's cool about having the channel is you have a lot of other people that have either used it or they have a little bit of experience with some of the technologies, and they chime in. And they say they're the first. I got to tell you, YouTube viewers, they're probably some of the most discriminate viewers I've ever seen anywhere. What they'll do freeze frame. They'll go frame by frame, and they'll inspect. They'll find out if you have like a hair inside your nose. They'll let you know you had a hair inside your nose. Why? You can't get anything by the viewers on YouTube. But anyway, they brought up a lot of really interesting things, and I haven't answered any of the comments yet. That's normally what I do in the morning. But this morning, being that it's Sunday, it's waffles, it's art. Then then I hit the comments on there. But this morning it's going to be waffles, art, secure the yard, and then go inside and answer. Yeah. Yep. But anyway, it was an interesting video, and I'm looking forward to doing some follow-ups on it, because they're not only doing that's going to be a little bit different. They've got some interesting stuff that has to do with roof design that's different from anything that I've seen around here. So we'll be doing that too. But I have a feeling it's going to be a very successful series on this particular home build.
Good.
Oh, Andrew's got a question. He says, "What's the quality there versus the U.S. housing?" It probably, comparison-wise, you're probably in the U.S. You're going to have good and bad builds. In the Philippines, you got good and bad builds, and it's all depending upon the material and your contractor. I've seen some outstanding. I mean, they built things around here, the quality of like the White House in the U.S. You know, it's like perfection all the way. It's like perfection. Is that you, Bill?
No.
You got the look on your face like, oh. But then there's some really bad builds. There's a mixture. So, but what I like about the builds in the Philippines, my dad was a contractor. He built houses inside the U.S. But everything he built was wood. Everything's made out of studs in the wall. You know, it's all what we're normally used to. What I like about and when you have hurricanes that go through, you lose your roof. You know, most of if you have a Category 5, you lose pretty much everything over there. You know, over here, everything's made out of concrete. So I really like the strength of these houses over here. But it's got to be done right, and that's why I wanted to introduce that new wall of the AAC blocks inside there, and it's interesting. So,
yep, that's right. So you'll probably have to cover up your trees or your pool. You'll need wait.
Nah. On the pool, when we have these bad storms that go through, I just wait till after the storm and I get the net out and I clean out all the stuff out of there.
Right.
Worst case, it's not a real big pool. It's only like 6,500 gallons. It's not really that big. So worst case scenario, I can always just empty the entire pool out if it gets a bunch of debris inside that it's too bad, and then I can refill it back up. It's not like in the U.S. If you try to fill up a swimming pool, even as small as this one is, like 6,500 gallons, it's probably going to cost you $150, $200 in water. You go to your water utility service. Here, I can fill up this entire pool for about $20.
Yeah.
I can
with
dump
all
it.
the rain you get. You know,
Yeah, we've been
you
getting
can
a lot
store
of
that. You got the cistern. You can fill it with that.
Yeah, but the system water, you remember, that's all the water that runs down the top of the roof. You know, it's for the equivalent of about $20 US. It's just as easy to put pure water that's already partially chlorinated. You know, that it's for drinking water to do that. It's not that bad. So the thing. Speaking of costs inside the Philippines, Bill, I don't know if you and your wife are following this. Did you see the latest exchange rate? Oh my God, I have to go back and look at my exchange rate here. The latest exchange rate. I base everything on 50 pesos to the dollar. That's what I've done in the whole 5 years. It's been above. It's been, for me, since I've been here, it's been 48. Usually the average is 48 to 53. That's where it runs up and down and up and down. That's what we've been having. The last, I don't know what's going on in the US, but it's like doing crazy stuff to the exchange rate over here. 58.74. 58.74 was the last dollar to peso rate over here. The peso is getting hammered. So anybody who's buying anything or transferring US dollars over here to the exchange, they're in great condition. But anybody who's using peso, the opposite. They're using pesos, and they want to go visit the US on a vacation or something like that. Now is not the time. Now is not the time to go. If the peso is your base currency, you don't want to do any type of spending when it comes to that. Any exchange.
What are you doing, Bill?
What?
Yeah. But yeah, the dollar is doing phenomenal. I don't know if it's because of I don't know. Because the U.S. is going through that whole, the Fed's doing things to try to.
Yeah, they just raising interest rate
again. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we have a new president.
We have United States, Great Britain, and I think Germany and a couple other European countries. They've raised their rates as well.
Well, the almighty U.S. dollar is the basis for stability everywhere around the world. Because I talk to my Canadian neighbor across the street. Every Saturday night we do a big get together in the pavilion, and we talk just like what we're talking about here. We talk about the latest things, the news that's going on around, what's going on in Canada, what's going on in whatever country that you came from. And he's always saying, he says, and he calls it, I think he calls it the Canadian Chinook. I think something like that. It's the Canadian dollar. He said the Canadian dollar is doing good, but not nearly as good as what the U.S. exchange rate has been going up. And it's daily, because normally the exchange rate on a day-to-day basis, it usually prior to 4 or 5 months ago, it varies just a tiny bit. It would go from like 51.03 to 51.05, and 51 is pesos, and that dot something is in centavos. It's less. Right. It's like a 50th of a penny. It's kind of like one of those kind of things. So it really doesn't matter that much. But let me give you just a for instance, because I'm tracking this because it's my determination if I have to buy anything of high value here in the Philippines. So it's one of the determining factors of why I built the solar system here about 3 months ago. Because the peso rate was so high, I'm like, it makes my cost, what I'm paying for the solar system, much less. Because my dollar is so much value. So then I would exchange, and believe it or not, I built the entire solar system when I thought it was a crazy rate of 53 to 1, and now it's almost 59 to 1. But it's just let me show you from day to day. today is the 25th over here, 24th your time. So on the 24th, it was 58.74. The day before, it was 58.43. So like 31, not 0.03, 0.31. The day before that, it was 58. So that was 0.43 difference. The day before that, it was 57.61. So it's going up like 0.40, almost a half a peso every single day right now. I don't know what's driving this. And it's like the stock market. You don't know when you should buy and sell, kind of a thing. Because you never know. So the safest place to have your money though is in U.S. dollars right now. So if you have U.S. dollars in your home bank account, it's really safest in the U.S. because the FDIC is much better in the U.S. than what the equivalent of the FDIC over here in the Philippines. So I think over here, what are you insured at banks inside the U.S.? It's like 250,000 U.S. dollars or something like that. Is it something like that?
So.
I think it's 250,000 U.S. What's that?
Is it 250? Is it? I thought it was 5. Is it 250?
Maybe
FDIC. Let's see. We'll find out right now.
Yeah, we can do that. We have the technology. But anyway, while he's looking that up, over here, it's only 500,000 pesos, which is like 10,000 US dollars. 10,000 US dollars. That's the maximum insured.
Standard deposit insurance amount of 250 per depositor.
250. Yeah.
Joint accounts are 500,000.
And that's at one bank. So if you have multiple banks, you could be insured at each one of those banks for 250,000 US dollars. 250,000, and it's 10,000 US dollars over here. So, but anyway, the US dollar is king. It's king right now, and I think it's always been king.
Artie, I'm gonna run. James, good seeing you.
Okay.
Same here, Bill. And I know it's getting towards the end of.
Yeah, I haven't eaten all day. I need to have a bite. I'm dying.
Yeah, it's 58.75. $1 to the peso.
Yeah, I think I'm going to wait. I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger. And I think it's going to go to 60. They're saying that things are supposed to stabilize here by December. I don't know how they're figuring it out.
Thanks for coming in.
Cheers, Bill. See you next
James,
time,
good
man.
seeing you as always. Take care.
I'll try to come in. I'll try to come in earlier next time, Bill, so I can interchange with you. Yeah,
we ran out of things to say a long time ago. We were rehashing old video games and stuff. You know, you know. We'll talk to you later, guys. Good night, Susan and Leonard and Mr. B. Mike? Is Mike Mr. B Mike?
Michael,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Michael. I thought it was Michael, yeah. And Andrew and Charles Kaluski and a lot of Andrews. Wow, you're chatting away there, Andrew. And Johnny D. Johnny D. He's a funny guy, Johnny D. By the way, he tells good jokes. And unlimited vertical. And I think that's everybody. Anyway, you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you later.
Night, Bill. Cheers. Have a great weekend.
Alrighty.
But yeah, I listen. We actually watch a lot of Philippine news now. Ness has one of those big echo shows up on the wall in the kitchen by the sink.
Right.
And that kind of runs in the background a lot. She runs a lot of the Philippine news. So since we installed that, we're getting a lot more of the Philippine news here that we were normally following almost every single day the U.S. news, but we're getting more updates on that. Mm-hmm. And they're saying, and I don't know how they're predicting it, but they're saying something about that. They expect things to start normalizing because I can't see it continuing to go like this. Because it's the inflation in the Philippines, just like you're having the same problem with inflation inside the U.S. Mm-hmm. But every single day we're seeing things over here about the cause and effect of the exchange rates and the inflation, and they're talking about on basic needs what people need to live over here. You know, there's a lot of poor people inside the Philippines. There's a lot of super rich and there's a lot of super poor people over here in the Philippines. Mm-hmm. And the mainstay for their, you have to eat. Mm-hmm. They don't really worry so much about their housing because it's big families. They all gather together. You have 3 generations in houses over here. The houses are paid for, so they don't have monthly mortgages. on the standard, especially for the lower income people here. But they have to eat, and the basic staple over here is what? Rice. Right? Rice. Yeah. So
3 times a day.
Yeah, so the prices of rice they're showing the prices of rice going up over here tremendously. Chicken, and that's a big thing because chicken and pork is what they use to add to make all their Filipino meals that they have over here, and those are going up. There were some things that were happening. I would have to ask. There was something on the market. I don't know if it was rice or there was something, but what was happening? Some of these big companies were like buying out everything, so that wasn't available, and they were jacking the price. It's like price gouging. But the government, the new government, kind of found out about that, so they're cracking down on that right now.
Right.
So anyway, that's Filipino news.
Yeah, my girlfriend, she raises pig right now. That's her source of income. And she's got a sister in Australia that sends her some money to help her out with the farm. And
what part of Australia, Art?
Tasmania.
Oh, lovely spot.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance.
They were just in Melbourne a few weeks ago. Now they're back.
If you ever get the chance to go to Tasmania,
it
is probably it is the most beautiful spot, but you very rarely hear about it, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But it is a hidden gem.
Yep.
Some of the places down there are just magic, and people don't know about it.
It's the southernmost part of Australia.
Yeah.
And it's more like North America.
Yeah.
Because they get snow down there.
Yeah, Hobart, Constitution Dock, Mount Wellington, Launceston, Zion on the north coast, Cataract Gorge, the Daintree Rainforest. I could just go on and on. If you haven't looked up Tasmania, do yourself a favour and look at anything they do at YouTube, because they have the Cadbury factory down there. They do Bogue's beer. Some of the places. Port Arthur does have a bad rap because of what happened many years ago. But if you really want a good documentary, look up Port Arthur. It's just such a beautiful place.
Well, speaking of Australia, that's one of our biggest demographics as far as subscribers on our channel. It goes the U.S., Philippines, and then I don't know if it's the UK or Australia. One of those two are like number 3 and number 4.
I looked at my subscriber count, and I'm becoming very popular in the Philippines as well. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why either. I don't know why for
the time difference could help, because it's 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours behind.
Yeah. Well, I just want to share an observation, and because we've been doing this for about 5 years here on My PI Dream, and we have our biggest subscriber base are Filipinos and Filipinos that are married to expats, whether they're from the UK, Australia, United States, Canada, or whether what it is. And we have so many people, they end up going to their spouse's home country because they're looking for the dream of more opportunities, be able to make more money and send money back to their families here in the Philippines. So we have so many Filipinos that live in the U.S., live in Canada, live in Australia, live in the U.K., live in Germany, a bunch of the Southwest Asia countries. And I have so many people that write to me the same thing in the comment section or via email. And what many of them say to me that, I spent 25, 30, 35 years in this foreign country with my spouse, but after so much time, and especially after watching our channel, to see the evolution of the Philippines, because the Philippines is really moving forward very fast as far as becoming westernized, as far as availability. Now, I'm kind of glad it's not the mindset, but it's more of the the availability of being able to build a nice life, a comfortable retirement life here in the Philippines. But my observation is, even though many of them, and they're writing back to me, and they're saying that you watching your channel has giving me the confidence to move back to my home country again. Many of them do that. I would say the majority of the people end up coming back to the Philippines. But the one country that stands out of all of them that do that a lot of them do not come back, and they stay there and they live the rest of their life, is Australia. So there must be something. There must be something really attractive inside Australia. Whether it be the
place. Don't get distracted by all the media reports recently. It is a lovely place.
I don't base any of my decisions or anything strictly on the media. You have to sift through, because there's always there's always an agenda, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's always an agenda. There's all media goes. There's none that are perfectly down the center. They go to one side to the other, no matter what.
Take bits and pieces from either side.
Yeah. So what I do judge is my personal interface with subscribers and viewers, and they get back to me and they explain to me things. And I got to say, whether it's the people in Australia, whether it's the beauty of the country, or a combination of those and maybe some other factors, I think that's probably the country where the least amount of people end up coming back to the Philippines after they've moved here for quite a long period of time. So that's got a lot to say for Australia.
It depends on what sort of lifestyle you like. If you like it nice and fast, or if you like it really slow. And if you like it, slow and relaxing, Tasmania would be probably the nicest place to go to.
Right.
But if you're into the real hard and fast lifestyle, Sydney's the go.
Not here. Yeah.
But if you're halfway between that and you like it relaxed with a little bit of excitement, Melbourne and the surrounding suburbs. You've got Melbourne and the surrounding suburbs, then you've got the rural and regional areas where you've got the Murray River that goes through Echuca, Mildura, and as you go through parts of northeastern Victoria, that's probably one of the most beautiful spots. I'm trying not to be biased when I say this, because I live in Melbourne, but from what I hear, a lot of people say that Melbourne is probably one of the beautiful spots, and I'm trying not to be biased, but it depends on what you want. Queensland's a lovely spot. It's one of the big states, second biggest. You've got the Northern Territory, which is a huge spot. South Australia is lovely. Perth is only a small blip on West Australia.
Well, Perth. Well, I tell you, the only place I've been to Australia is Perth. That's my only exposure. I don't know if you know, but I'm retired Air Force.
Yeah.
And one of the places we would do joint exercises. I was on a C-141 crew.
Yeah.
And I worked with the folks on C-141s and C-5A, the really big cargo. And we would do joint exercises with the Perth Special Operations Forces there. And I got to tell you, my personal experience in Australia, again, it was only on the West Coast in Perth. I had such a good time with the people there.
I've been to Perth twice, and I must say, I've got friends that live over there too, and I must say, it is very friendly, especially when you go further. If you go out to the random suburbs, sort of like a Fremantle, which is probably about 30, 40 minutes out, they're just lovely there.
Yeah.
If you go, I've never been further out. I only went when I was in Perth. I only went to places like Margaret River, Cottesloe Beach, Fremantle, Leetonville, or something like that. But yeah, that Subiaco was another area that I went to, and it's I've got Italian background, and I must say they were very friendly there. And they've got it's a smaller country town, but it's really one of the another gem in Australia, because tourists come out here and all they see is Sydney, and I think Australian tourism has to recognise more parts of Australia than just that place, because it's now very boring, and it's a very boring and banal place. And you go to Melbourne, you go to Queensland, you go to South Australia, you go to Perth, you go to Tasmania, and the Northern Territory is a nice spot, but you'll probably would enjoy the humidity there, James.
I live in the humidity. I don't particularly enjoy humidity, but I put
it better than I would living.
Yeah,
living
well,
in Melbourne. We're only humid for about a week of the year.
Yeah, I tolerate it really well because I'm from Charleston, and the humidity in Charleston is almost identical to the humidity here inside the Philippines. And I work outside in the humidity all the time, and it's the same thing I did in Charleston. The same thing I do when I'm working in the yard. We have like a little shower thing right next to the swimming pool here. I just go out over there, and I just got short. I take my shirt and I just rinse myself and I just continue working over here. And I did the same thing in the U.S. I would take the garden hose.
I've been to Singapore and Malaysia, and the humidity over there was just too much for me. I couldn't last long.
I think here there's a lot of problems with humidity in the Philippines, which is why a lot of people complain about, especially expats coming up. I have to use the air conditioning in the house. I have to use the air conditioning. But we don't use the air conditioning that much because we're kind of we're in probably the second mildest climate on the island of Luzon. Baguio is the coolest place that has the least amount of humidity and the coolest temperatures. We're probably about the second area down here. So we don't really struggle that much with the humidity here. But there are some days that are, even for me, they're kind of intolerable. When you come inside the house and you can't sit on the couch and watch TV because the humidity is so bad. You're just but it's rare that it happens. I think we've only turned the air conditioning unit on 5 times this year so far. 5 times. Yeah, we use.
It happens for us about 1 week of the year.
Yeah, we run the fan, those little oscillating fans.
Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty much all we really need to keep us comfortable inside the house. But occasionally when the humidity is like 99% and it makes it inside the house, you have to dehumidify the house, and that's mainly what we use the air conditioning units for. Yeah, I do. Do I miss Charleston? I miss Charleston because Charleston is where my family's from. I miss my family, but I love the Philippines. I love where we're living here inside right here. So I am so content in my retirement right now. This is where it was the right choice for us, a right choice for me.
Good.
And Charleston's a beautiful place. But the culture in the U.S. and the culture in the Philippines are totally different. And the culture here is more in tune with what I'm looking for in retirement. I just want to kind of be left alone a little bit and just not have to deal with taxes. We deal with taxes here, but it's not to the extent of that you worry about it so much. I don't really worry about medical and stuff like that, the high insurance costs. And a lot of it has to do with cost of living and stuff like that. So it's very retirement friendly in the Philippines, very retirement friendly.
Well, James, we're coming up on the 3-hour mark, so I think we're about ready to shut this down, but I want to talk to you right after I shut this down. So, everybody in the chat, thanks for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Come back next week. We'll have some more good stuff. Take care and have a great weekend. See you next time and keep them flying.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend, folks.